Yay. Yay!
Yay! Yay! Hey everyone, welcome to the Ironkeep Chronicles. It is our weekly ongoing Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Dungeons and Dragons of the 5th edition variety. Welcome so much. Welcome so much.
Welcome so much!
Thank you so much,
so
and
hard.
welcome. Welcome so
high!
to the show. We appreciate you all joining us, and it's our first session of When a Star Falls. Wait, I have the actual module right here. Yes, we'll be playing this adventure. I also purchased the PDF. Why am I talking like Dr. Bunsen Honeydew? I don't know. So that's what's going on tonight. We have I've updated the adventure from the old AD&D to the 5th edition. Let's embark on a journey of wonder and mystery, everyone. Let's welcome our players. To my left, to your right. It's Mr. Kyle Capps, everyone.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? I'm doing great, thanks.
I also heard the mess.
If you look down below me, I know that that's literally true. Occasionally through our little rotating carousel of images, you will see some fantastic preview art of the party that Kyle did for us.
That he calls rough art, and I call completely finished done.
I call,
Like,
why
totally
isn't this
printed.
interlude?
Why isn't this tattooed on all our bodies?
Yes.
Well,
I'm not ready for that myself. Let's get to session 2 before we get tattoos.
If you're not committed to the show, that's fine.
Yeah.
I know somebody who's committed to the show. It's Amy Vorpahl.
Hello, I'm Amy Vorpahl. Very nice to see you. I'm also doing very well, and I hope you are as well. And the end.
If you were going to get
We're gonna
one
do
tattoo
Yeah.
that you knew was going to fade after 10 years and go away, what would you get?
I've thought about this. I would get a dragon on my upper right shoulder.
Ooh.
Nice.
But it would be a dragon in
Like our
in
tattoo?
repose, like a dog when all 4 legs are down and his body's down, but the
Can't
head is
move.
up. The head is up. So it's like not like that. Like not totally laying down, but also not curled up in a ball. It's more just like
It's frog
like a
pose.
sphinx. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
My
And
dog,
wings
whom you
splayed.
might see every once in a while over here when he gets bored and starts
I don't
begging.
think they ever will because
They see this much of him.
Oh,
I
really?
checked on the replay. There's just
Oh,
this little
okay.
streak of beige that just sort of pops up, and then I yell at him. Not yell, but I chastise
You yell at
him.
him, yes.
every dog in the studio is well treated.
Yeah, and then that little stripe kind of submerged. It's like the Loch Ness monster. It literally would be the Loch Ness monster if he ever put his neck out.
Yeah.
and it's always blurry.
Yeah. Speaking of dogs, Savannah Mahoney is here without without her dogs.
No. Oh.
Without her dogs.
Gosh.
Fellow dog owner.
Okay, yeah, should have prefaced it with that.
Speaking of dogs, my name's Tom Lamela. I'm your GM. I will be
Yes.
in this space we call the doghouse for the rest of the night. Hey, Havana, how are you this evening? How are you feeling?
I was great, Tom.
Yeah. Well, you look wonderful.
Crushed my soul.
And
How's that patriarchy over there?
God, it is nice and warm. Come
oh boy.
on in, boys.
I'm soaking in it.
Hi, guys. How's it
everybody.
going? In true Vanna style, I am sitting here filling out my character sheets. It wouldn't be me without
Earlier in the week in the
bit.
Slack, you just watched like all of the characters sort of filter in, and then it was Dom just going, Havana, you're the last
Don't
one.
check this.
Yeah.
I knew it was due, but I just there's this weird combination of where I'm very busy, and then once I'm done being very busy, I'm very depressed. So I just don't. Nothing gets done. So that's my fault. But we're gonna get through it.
We're gonna get through
That's
it.
in the song. You should have leveled up your characters. How come you didn't? Do you even want to go on this adventure? No. In my song. My song's about
Buy Amy's album, iTunes, Baby Hub. What's that place? CD Baby. Baby Hub.
That's a different company. They're very interesting.
Eric, why don't you tell us what you can find on babyhub.com?
It's a collection of unfertilized eggs. That you can just choose what kind of babies you want. Just
no. Gattaca is real.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Unfertilized. That's not a baby.
Yeah. Well, you then fertilize
It's
them.
not even a zygote at that point. Deep with the biology. Hey everyone, so I'm your DM. As you may have noticed, if you do exclamation point tips,
So that's my
exclamation
intro.
point unlocks, you can see the ladder of contributions that are available this evening for you folks at home to unlock. And if you are sub up or resub, you get to give a reroll to people here at the table as we play tonight's game. So you can have a direct influence on the events that transpire here before us tonight. I don't even know if before us is really together with us, right? Bring everybody in.
Get them
A little hard.
prepositions right. So.
Yeah. So thank you to Kineos2 for the $10 tip.
Oh, thank you so much.
And Dr. Faust Painting Clinic and Fire Red Lily and Stumpomatic for their rerolls. We've
Thank you.
got 2 rerolls coming over to Amy.
Woo, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Also, we have a tier that is going to unlock a song that is a duet between Havana and me, and it's really effing good, and I really want to play it tonight, so ideally we get to that tier.
They're over here.
Where are you pointing at?
Physically, Amy and Havana are over here, but virtually in your
Chat
world,
doesn't care.
they're both over here.
Yeah,
Gotta keep
they
it
see us
separated.
all the time. But hopefully we get to that tier because it's such a sweet song, everybody. It's so fun.
Fire Red Lily is sending their reroll to Alton Newberry.
Alton Newberry.
I've changed his voice. It's now, oh, hello.
And 54 Aquasnakes has a reroll that they can contribute. I got a reroll from Null Zone 42.
Oh,
yesterday.
yeah.
Prove it.
Chat,
Yeah,
thank
prove
you.
it. I don't know that you
We'll
did.
go, well, you can't go back to the VOD because it is spoiler-tastic. So there you go. That's where we're at right now. To give you a little taste of what you might be in store for here, Amy and Havana are going to sing.
Oh yes, so this is
yeah.
the opening.
The opening theme song,
The
which
opening
Amy
hymn.
composed for this arc of the Ironkeep Chronicles.
I'm gonna hold this and not play it.
I think that it's totally up to you. Remember that last part we're doing 3 times. Do you have that?
Yeah, that was my idea.
That was your idea. Okay. I just wanted to remember.
I yarn.
Okay.
Ron.
Say iron.
Iron.
Say
Iron.
iron.
There's a little Minnesota happening.
No,
right
that's
now.
how I say it. Anyway.
Iron.
You'll
Iron.
hear
Iron.
how I do it and how Havana tries to
I'm
do
trying
it.
to do it like you
She's
did.
trying to do it like
Iron.
me, but we'll see. Okay. For one reason or another, I left my father and mother, everything I've known. Oh, they say they are always with me. I know it's true, I do believe. And they say to go, oh, go forth to where the forest is deep, and look for the one who's looking for me. I accept this quest. I will do my best on my journey to Ironkeep. On my journey to Ironkeep. On my journey to Ironkeep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great. It literally gets better every week, which is not hard to say when it's week 2, but
And all we did was add a Havana.
I have faith
If
in
we
you.
do it next week, then we will have broken our record for Ironkeep songs.
Very good.
damn it.
Very good.
Yeah.
54 Aqua Snakes sends
That's too many snakes.
their and a gallon of aqua to Badger.
Yay.
That's for you. Congratulations.
Do we have any yet?
What?
Do we have any rerolls?
I have one.
she
Dang!
looks coldly at the chat.
Dang!
All right, so we have a little bit of
That's a bump.
business.
That's
We
not
had
a bump.
a
More
That's a reroll.
business.
We don't get bumps anymore.
we had a great
Oh,
we
yeah.
had a great session 0
Oh, yes.
last week, and Thank you so much to chat who kicked in for some special advantages for the party starting off. So last week they played level 0 characters, and not only did we advance to level 1, we vaulted right over to level 3. So that means
Heck yes.
that we're going to roll some additional hit points tonight. And because of the little bonus that chat unlocked last week, you'll have advantage on your 2 different rolls for hit points, right? So it's not a guaranteed barn buster in terms of juicing your hit points, but it is very nice. Kyle, if you're ready, let's start with you. Why don't you give us your 2 rolls?
Yeah.
All right, so 8 is decidedly better than 1.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so for
my
your
con is 2, so.
Okay, so that's 10. That's 10 points.
So that is 22 now.
You're at 22. Okay. And for your 3rd level.
8 again.
8 again. So you're at
Dang.
32 hit points.
That's better than the average of 28 that I had. So.
Yo El Gallo, thank you for contributing
Yo.
the bits.
Gaia.
Yeah.
We learned
El
last
Gallo,
week.
that means rooster.
My Spanish is no bueno. Amy,
just-
Okay,
Native.
I'm a D8 baby.
the 8 baby.
I'm a
Druid.
D8 baby, so why don't you kill me?
3 and 4, so that's 6.
Okay.
At 16.
Uh-huh.
And 8. Ooh, and 8. Oh, can I like have
No.
both of those?
No, not the way that works.
Okay.
Each pants
So 26.
26.
It'll be the top of your hit die plus your. It's 8 plus your con.
Oh, at first level. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was pretty great.
Oh,
Thanks,
shit.
chat.
Thank you, yes.
All right. You have advantage on this. She rolled a 1. So 6 is better than 1.
6.
So that's
Okay.
8 points.
Rangers
Right,
are
your
D10.
con is
My con is plus.
Your con
no,
is
my
plus
con's
2
a
too?
0.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
So that's 6.
So 6. And then and I do it again.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Another 1.
7.
Oh,
All right.
much better.
All right. So that's 13 on top of whatever your starting
Okay.
would be, right?
Gotcha. Yes.
Okay.
Alright, D10s.
Yes.
I'll take
10!
that
10 and an 8.
Damn.
So, yeah, and I'll take that 10 and write
All right.
that down.
Yeah, let's just hope it's not 1 and a 2.
It's fine. I'll take that 10.
10 and a 3.
Damn! Max
All
out.
right. Does that green die actually have any?
It's just all zero.
I'm not telling.
I'm on to you people.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm gonna bring a fake die and then I'm gonna tell you about it.
All
That's a
right.
very good point.
You know,
Yeah.
look, if I ask you if you're a cop, you have to say.
Yeah, it's
I am a
entrapment.
cop.
Yes.
I am a cop also.
All right. Also, thanks to some chat unlocks last week, you each start the game with a special item. Yes. So,
Yes.
Badger class.
so I am going to award those to you now. You can read it if you have questions about it. That's up to you. If you want to talk about it, that's up to you. You don't have to. You can wait for it to come out in the course of the game. But each of you
Wow.
has one special item that is, that is something that you have had for a while, right? We didn't have it in our session 0, but it's assumed that it's something that is in your possession that you're familiar with and likely attuned to.
Oh, cool! Oh my god!
Nightsteed, thank you for kicking in the $12.
Ooh.
Don, does that bring us over the first?
Holy shit! This is OP, Tom.
It is not OP, but it is nice.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. So that latest contribution by Nightsteed gives the table inspiration. That unlocks inspiration.
Yay! Thanks, Nightsteed.
This is very nice.
So good.
This is so nice. Also,
That's you.
you gave me a spell save that is higher than my actual spell save, which is awesome.
I mean, I can change that. I'm happy to fix that.
No, I'm
bring
just
that
You
telling
use
you.
the spell save of the item for that particular
Yeah,
thing
no.
because you're casting it through the item.
Yeah. Yeah. This is very, very cool.
All right, very good. So,
I have a question. Does
Yes.
this make this item magic? Does this make it a magic item?
it is a magic item.
It is a
Yes.
magic item?
Yes.
Okay, cool. But there's no +2
No.
Actual
No
attacks?
plus to hit or to damage. It just has a special ability that you can invoke
Okay, cool.
as you see
You know,
fit.
I just wanted to make sure. that you weren't
I'm sure you did.
Forgetting something.
Oh no! Were you forgetting that my magic item was cooler than what you wrote down? Let me just check and see if
I'm bad. It's like me. I'm so bad at like buying a car and stuff because that's me. I'm like, wow, this is awesome, and it's like, oh, there's nowhere to go. Like they can name a prize and I can't be like, oh, I don't think so.
I'm not that interested.
I can't like go back.
I'll
on
look
it.
elsewhere.
Yeah.
All right, noted.
I do have one question.
Yes.
Would this count if I wanted to hit someone with it? It would count as like a mace, probably, or.
Well, you wouldn't have proficiency with it, right?
Oh, it's
So
a
keep
rolling
that-
pin.
keep
Of
that in
course, I'd
mind.
have proficiency with it. You're saying I can't? I wouldn't know how to beat someone to death with a rolling pin.
I suppose. So what kind of damage would it do? I would say it does.
Like the D6, like a
D6,
mace? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so and mine, I don't have to be wielding it to gain the benefits?
Well, you have to have it in your offhand.
Yeah, okay.
Right? So that's the way that's designed is it sort of like takes the place of a shield, right?
Use my rolling pin.
I don't know. I didn't think you were a shield fighter. Am I wrong about that?
You are not?
Okay. It's just in a cake, so
So,
you eat it. And
Yeah.
to get
It's sort of an offhand item that you parry blows with.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Is one way to think about
That is, you're now the OP support character. OP.
All right. So,
Should we tell them what it is? Should we tell chat why we got so excited?
$50 more will tell you.
it's up to you, or they can discover it as, as you use it, right?
All right. Hint:
Use
mine's
it.
a cool spear with an innate spell.
Seems like a lot of information.
Yeah. Not so much a hint.
This is exactly what it is.
Hint: I am definitely a cop.
Where's Amy? Hint.
Oh, no.
Really, where is Amy?
What'd you do with her?
I've got a hint. I'm right here.
All right.
Clue number 1.
I'm a detective now. I've risen from the ranks of cop.
Yeah.
Solved the mystery.
You have. Let me just get my names out here so that I remember everyone's name. So yes, you have arrived on Haverick's Pride, right? That is the ship that you chartered from
Yes.
Nimoir's hold, which this is set in the ancient past of the Sword Coast. So one day Nimoir's hold will become Waterdeep, and you were journeying toward the city called, or not the city, the settlement called Iger's Store, which maybe one day will become Neverwinter, but at this point is really just a castle up on a hill. And not really like a castle, like a huge fortified complex structure, but more of a simple keep surrounded by some buildings and a bunch of farms, and there's a lot of fishing boats and whatnot here as well too, right? So the night before you had seen this great comet streaking through the sky. The very next day you arrive at Iger's Store.
Wait, we did? We saw a comet? And we didn't say anything?
Yeah.
That
was
we
it.
went
At
to
the very
cheers.
end, there was a huge
We
flash
cheers,
of light.
and as soon as our cups touched, a meteorite.
It was literally the most magical thing that's ever happened to anybody, and you
Yeah.
forgot.
Okay.
At that moment, I realized my destiny.
So we
It
did
was to be
say
a cup
something.
maker,
Yeah.
a cup crafter.
Okay.
Was to wield this rolling pin.
Good for us. I'm glad we acknowledged it.
Jesus, Amy.
Right. So the next day you come pulling up. It's late afternoon. You come pulling up to the town of Iger Store.
And we
I'm
pull
going
into a parking spot.
to give
at the
you
docks.
some very kind of like a quick map overview of what the place looks like. You know, like I said, it's not a huge settlement, but it is a walled off.
Did you make this?
I borrowed it from some of my various D&D resources.
Okay, cool.
So, like I said, there's a keep in the middle, and then there's a walled city around the outside. And as you come up to one of the main gates, it's very clear that there are things going on here in terms of you'd say there's probably around 300 people. It's a settlement of around 300 people or so. There's a strong military presence out on the dock. There's a lot of people who seem to know Haverick, right? So when you get to the docks, there's a lot of fishermen who ask him how the trip was, and okay, and we'll meet you for a drink, etc., etc., etc. And Haverick has a very glum and kind of downcast expression. He's trying to very brusquely kind of brush these guys off because he knows, as you know, that he is pulling into port dry. He was expecting to have a little more money to his name, and he now instead owes basically twice what he was expecting to pay. So he seems preoccupied. Dolston, on the other hand, the first mate, doesn't. Like, he's happy to see everybody, and he immediately goes down to some of the other fishing boats and asks them, like, okay, when are we going out? What what's been biting? What have they been biting on? How's the weather
track
been?
mind,
Yeah.
Dolston.
Yes, exactly. So Haverick sort of has to grouse at him to get the ship properly moored and whatnot, and then Dolston's like, there's plenty of time for that. Come on. So you and the other guests aboard the ship disembark here in the town of...
Is he snoring or farting? What's it?
I think he's just getting comfortable.
It's like a little terrifying.
That's the noise.
He's a feisty boy
The
today.
noise that he makes when he's happy. Yeah. So,
Me too.
like I said, it's late afternoon. The fishermen have been coming in from out doing their day's catch and whatnot. They're sort of taking care of their nets and things. That's the first thing that you see off in the distance. It looks like somebody is tending a flock of sheep and sort of moving them towards town. There's the noise and the din and the hubbub of people on the other side of the city gates, kind of calling out, "Haverick's Pride is here!" Ship ahoy, that sort of thing.
I want to talk to Haverick for a hot second. So I come strolling up, and I'm very large. I'm a Goliath.
No!
Oh, should we say who our characters are, or it doesn't matter?
We didn't talk about it.
I guess it's not below, right? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So we should quick introduce everybody's
Okay, let's
characters, since
introduce.
normally we have like a little sliding thing that tells you who everybody is. But yeah, you're playing.
I'm playing Lowstorm, and she is a Goliath Druid level 3, and she's on a quest with her friend Jorvan. They were assigned together to go on this quest to seek out a crazy, spooky druid, basically.
Yeah, okay.
That sounds about right. I wouldn't say crazy. He sounded very nice in the instructions we were given. I'm Jorvan, also called Badger. I am a forest gnome ranger, and I used to just be a mushroom farmer, but I have the taste of adventure watching the warriors of the Baba Becca. It's a lot of B's and a lot of vowels. And I am now joined, been given the task from her chieftain to accompany Lowstorm through the wilds to the druid. I'm emotional support. I'm like the
You're her support badger.
Yeah, I got the vest on. Yeah.
Certified support badge.
You can't ask me what I need it for.
Some places don't like me to take in gnomes. Well, I can take this gnome in anyway.
It's true.
All right, Eric, why don't you tell everyone who you're playing?
I am playing Alton Newberry, half-elf fighter, and is going to be the greatest swords fighter in the goddamn world.
Wow, this got intense this week. All right, very good. Havana, introduce us to your character.
Hi, I'm Strumthrum. I'm a Kinku Bard, and I just love learning and friendship. Friends, right?
Oh, friends, definitely. We learned that lesson several times, I think, last session.
Great. I'll keep checking in.
Yeah.
But also make sure that you are worthy of these friends and that you carry your own weight. It's very important to be a standalone part of a team.
Very important to be a standalone part of a team.
There's several eyes in T according to low strum.
Right, okay, I'll make it very important.
Okay, so
You must earn your glory.
Earn your glory.
Meanwhile, every time she brings up friendship, I always go for a hug, but she has to like keep me at arm's distance so all my
Yes.
dirt doesn't get on her.
So I just
It's weird
Right.
because I really want to hug.
Yeah.
and so
You're so conflicted.
Just like
So just a reminder of some of your other companions who are with you on the journey up here. Agent XK150, thanks for subbing.
I thought that's who was with them. The FBI was with them.
From the shadows, Agent XK150.
I want someone to make a D&D character.
Brux was the probably newly promoted captain who's coming to be to take up duty here at Castle Never. There was the rather snooty merchant named Dagon Zood, who was accompanied by his hired spellcaster, his wizard for hire bodyguard here, Thargarian. There was the soul scribe named Talfi, who's apparently going to be assigned to a place called the Tower of Heavens near here. Having gotten away, there was the formerly priestess of Mystra, but apparently a sea hag in disguise, Imarine, who was working for some sort of entity known as Slarkartharel. So she's not there. She got knocked overboard last session, or dove overboard, whichever it was.
Gone.
She got boned.
But yeah, she's gone. But the rest of them, that you all sort of begin to disembark. Although Dagon Zood is busy on the ship, kind of badgering Thargarian about bringing his chests and his various luggage up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Haverick,
Haverick, yes, the captain.
the captain. So Haverick, you failed.
Yeah, that's right. I failed.
So what you gonna?
Thank you for pointing that out.
Well, just know that it didn't go unnoticed. What are you gonna?
I assume it was noticed that it happened in front of everyone on the ship.
Yes, well said.
I appreciate your discretion about it, as a matter of fact.
Well, sure, absolutely. It's not my business. What are you gonna do about it?
It's not your business, is it?
No, but I
You
was
just said it's not your business.
Did I not help you on this ship when otherwise you would have failed more?
Oh yeah, you were quite helpful.
Thank you.
I mean, perhaps if you'd been able to actually capture the person who stabbed me in the back, and rather than letting her get away.
You were ungrateful, is the point.
I mean, I feel like we can't discredit how helpful Stromthrum was, and
it was nothing.
I'm not discrediting anyone. I'm asking, look, here's this thing. I was wondering if you wanted any more help, is all. I don't always do this. I feel like there's a certain thing that needs to happen when people fail. They need to have their repentance and they need to figure it out. But in this case, I'm not unwilling to help you further.
Is this normal? Sounding aggressive when also
no, not at all.
lending aid?
I've normally not heard her sound anything other than aggressive.
Okay, should I do that?
No, I wouldn't suggest it.
Let me help you! Let me help you!
That's adorable.
No, you.
Listen, I
more practice.
I need a little bit of time to sort some things out. I need to talk to some people that I know here in Augustor, and if there's a way that you could actually help me instead of being present when things happen, I will let you know.
Well, I'll tell you something. I don't need any passive aggression. I don't need any of that. I've got my own stuff going on, and I just wanted to help. The only correct answer was, thanks very much.
I feel like there's just general aggression from both of you. You can calm down, Lowstorm. It's okay. It's okay. We'll.
You know, this is why I don't do this. This is why everyone has to fight for themselves. This is why everyone needs to prove themselves and find their own glory. None of this. Oh, you were present. You didn't do nothing.
I'm sorry.
Thank you very much.
I've got a lot of. I appreciate that. I've got a lot on my
Oh
mind.
yeah. Thank you so much for the journey.
I appreciate everything
Thank
that
you.
did on my behalf. Thank you for your efforts insofar as they went and what you were able to achieve. I appreciate you.
Thanks.
Great. Well, we'll see if I help you or not.
I'm gonna like, I duck in around his other side. I'm like, Havrick. Also, who do we talk to about any sort of like land caravans or anything that goes northward or easterly north?
I would check in. You're looking for a land caravan?
You was something maybe that we could anything heading towards the forest or around the forest or.
Well, towards the forest. I mean, my understanding is the easiest way to get towards the forest would be to go up the river. But
Oh, that's right. There's a river around here.
he points like up the shore, and you see that it goes around the bend a little bit, and there's a whole river. He's like, it's a little bit hidden, but yeah.
He points, but I don't like. I'm like, Lowstrom, can you hold me up?
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
river.
Yeah, that goes inland. And it goes all the way in. Into the ironwood.
Okay, thank you.
My
Are you done
understanding.
looking at the water now?
I am. Thank you. I was a little low for it. I didn't see it.
All right. If somebody is coming up to him and it seems like he's popular, as we move along, I'm definitely going to say, "Oh, you're going to see Havrick." The best I can say is, "We got here in one piece."
You are drawing some eyeballs just because of your size, and there's certainly a number of the fishermen who look at you and look at the rest of the party disembarking from here, and they're like, more out-of-towners. All right.
Well, I had a fun time on the trip. I'm sorry you didn't.
It's not that I didn't. I don't like not being thanked when I'm offering to help. Also, hey Havrick, one thing's for certain: if you can't make one trip as a merchant, maybe it's not the right line of work for you. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. I've made several successful trips as a merchant.
That's for you to discuss inside your head. It's just giving you an idea.
All right.
Where is Talfi gone? Are they kind of like with the group at all, or did they?
Brooks immediately heads sort of towards there's a gate, like a guarded gate, right? That is obviously staffed. So he goes to sort of check in with the military garrison here. Talfi follows them. They seem a little bit. I don't want to say like. It's not confused, but they're a little bit overwhelmed by all of the sights and sound. They're trying to take it all in at once, and it seems to be sort of getting away from them a little bit. So they go up to the gate and almost kind of like hang on Brux's coattails a little bit. Although Brux walks up and is like, "I'm reporting for duty," and they're like, "Oh, okay, we'll go tell Lady Kellen," and almost immediately Brux sort of like wanders off to go do important soldiering business, whatever that might be here. Although they're a frontier town, right? So there's plenty of important soldiering stuff to be done. But he goes into his routine, and then Talfi sort of looks around for a moment and then goes through the gate. Give me an insight check if you would like.
5.
5. Yeah. What happens is you're kind of watching what Talfi is doing, and Talfi goes up through the gate and kind of wanders through, and then the breeze shifts momentarily, right? And all of a sudden you're just overwhelmed. You can smell bread baking, just like, oh, fresh bread, like just hits you full on, and you can't help but salivate, right? Just like, oh.
Oh yeah, I'm immediately, like my eyes glaze over. I'm like, oh, holy.
I imagine it's like in the
Pumpernickel.
cartoons where he raises it off the ground and he just following the
his
smell.
nose.
And then behind me, there's an even bigger cloud of like dust and dirt coming off of it.
Yeah. Well, and part of it is it's been about a week and you've just been eating
Hardtack.
ship food, which is
I am very
not
excited.
great.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a lot of pickled fish and you're like, this is amazing.
No,
You
I
guys
get
sure
like.
you don't want this dead fish we found floating in the water?
That's how it goes.
I cooked it.
With like a bit of clanking pots and pans from like now having hoofed on all of my gear from the ship.
Uh-huh.
You hear me like ding, ding, ding,
Ding, ding, ding,
just
ding, ding, ding.
all the way to the bread. So I've kind of wandered off.
Right, sure. All right, so there's a perfunctory sort of check-in at the gate where they ask you, what your name is, what your business is, how long you're planning to stay in town. I don't know if you give them any extraordinary answers. You tell me in terms of how long you think of you staying or whatever.
Wait, so are you at the bakery, or is the bakery with
The bakery's inside, so we all have to be at the gate, right?
Yeah. You check through the gate. I'm going to assume that it pretty much goes as.
Yeah, I just tell them a few days
Yeah.
because we're looking for we're gonna look for transport to the forest or towards.
That's right. We're not. Our goal isn't in Iger Store. Or the
No,
Grand
not
View
at all.
or
This
whatever.
is
Okay,
sort of like stop one.
Yeah, do they don't question me extra just because I'm incredibly big?
Incredibly big.
I mean, they have seen giants and whatnot before, so it's not like it's not like the first time that they're encountering somebody of your stature that's friendly. They do give you sort of an up and down, but but one of the guards says to one of the less senior guys who's on duty is like, I mean, it's gonna be easy to track this one down, right? That's not a big town. We'll know. So they don't seem to be too extra
I don't hear
concerned
that, do
about
I?
you. Well, I don't know. Give me a perception check.
Oh.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, there's
dirty 20.
Yeah, there's definitely that moment where like he doesn't even really seem to like hide it too much.
Yeah.
It seems like it's part of like guys in a position of authority sort of like casually, how they casually get to comment on
Like
all
policemen?
the civilians, yeah. So yeah, he casually, the less junior guard is sort of like, well, how long are you staying, and what is your purpose here? And you can give those kind of answers and
Visiting, couple of days. We'll be moving on.
Okay, and he looks to the senior officer there, and that's when the guy leans in and is like, how hard is it going to be to find this guy? Come on.
This guy is a woman, and she would like to be addressed as such. And also, if she doesn't want you to find her, you never would.
Thank you.
Yeah, you'd like hear off the distance like, low storm, there's bread. They have pumpernickel.
She can't help but crack a smile. If she didn't want you to find you, she would. She would.
And so at this point, both of the junior guy kind of like visibly shrinks, and the senior officer there is like, "I'm sorry, ma'am. Enjoy your visit."
That's right. That's right. So yeah, I'll find you in the bread.
All right.
Alton Newberry, I'm
But,
here to be the greatest sword fighter in the world. Good day.
Good day.
That is all.
Then I follow after.
All right. And as you were walking by, they're like, That one's not going to be hard to find either.
We're all so extra.
Oh, is that the special item that you have? Is this a ribbon?
Oh my god, Al Nube, professional ribbon dancer. At your
Sword
service.
fighter. One hand is his rapier, and the other the ribbon.
How do you
I need
think
to change the
learned
drawing now.
how to wield this rapier so well? It's from the art of river dance. River dance? Ribbon dance. And ribbon. Okay.
Ribbon dance.
He's built like a river dancer.
It's true. It is absolutely
Very
true.
svelte.
So you are wandering up and down the streets of this kind of little compact quarter of town over here, right? It's just a bunch of very small, almost, glorified shanty type buildings. Maybe like 2 or 3 rooms sort of hammered together into a rudimentary kind of family organizational unit, right? A little residence. But the smell of bread is coming from all over here, and it's very clear that they're starting to get the late afternoon, the evening meal together for everyone who's coming in off of the ocean, right? So you look around and very quickly surmise, okay, this is the part of town where all of the fishermen basically all sort of like have cramped up. This is where they live, and it's decorated in that style, like old nets hanging up. There's weather vanes almost on every corner, right? Flags and nets, and you pass by one doorway and you can tell that there's a hook where they must hang fish, and then there are various notches with little dates next to them indicating like what the catch, whenever they've made a particularly huge catch, they've notched it down onto the side of the door.
Awesome.
And so there's not any one particular establishment where a smell of bread is coming. It's like everybody's preparing their evening meal. But as you get into this area, then the smells start to become more varied and fragrant, right? So you smell a boiling fish soup, and you smell cooking vegetables that have clearly been glazed with butter and maybe sprinkled with a little bit of sugar. All of this stuff is getting in preparation for the late afternoon meal. Yeah, and it's warm, and there's puffs of smoke coming out off of the chimney, and it's almost entrancing, the scent that overwhelms you here. It is mitigated only slightly by the smell coming from the stables over here.
I'm used to that.
Yes, that's second nature to you.
But yeah, no, I'm being drawn every which way. Then I'm like, I'm poking my head in at like one establishment, kind of like taking a sniff and trying to discern like what menu items they're cooking, and you see me kind of like hurriedly running back and forth. Oh god, ooh.
I'm standing right in the middle of the street, hunched over, so I don't get any of the clotheslines in my head. But I'm just standing there waiting for him to choose one, I guess.
Yeah. I run to one door and I yell out like, "Oh, they're cooking! Oh, I smell mutton!" And
That sounds good.
Well, then let's go here.
So as you are going through the streets, right? There are several people who come out, and it looks like they have like a little basket of fresh bread, and they're like, two silver for fresh bread?
Oh yes, absolutely.
2 silver.
It's a little expensive.
It is a little expensive.
But I have such
really
a low
have
intelligence.
no-
I'm like, you have like control of my money as well. I know that I do not know what money is.
They sent me on that. They sent me on that trip with you because I at least I have over a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens is once you stop and start paying interest,
Get another one for me.
What's going on? 3 other people come out, and they're clearly like they must have just pulled something off of either their windowsill or fresh out of their oven, and they're like, I'll do it for 15 copper.
Oh.
And they kind of start counter bidding each other, but they sort of get around to like somewhere between the 10 and 15 copper kind of range, which would be a little over a silver, right?
About a silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I keep, like I'm doing, like every time one talks, I'll like run towards one and then and then I have to like stop in my tracks as like another one's like throwing in another better price. I'm running over there. But I would like to eventually like settle on one to at least kind of get.
I know which one you should choose. The one who's wearing the purple. It's my favorite color. How much is that one?
Okay, Lostrom.
That is a great question. That one is 14 copper.
So that one.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so you get this nice warm loaf of bread, and they hand it to you, and a couple of the other wives and husbands who are out here in the streets sort of like chastise each other, like I don't understand why didn't they take mine? Like
it's because
I said 12
they were
copper.
wearing the color purple.
Okay, well, we gotta find something purple for tomorrow.
Yeah, sometimes it's better not to argue.
And then you see one little boy come out.
Oh Jesus,
and
Tom.
He's got these great big kind of like dinner plate eyes, and he's like, Would you give me a gold piece?
Don't do it. You are not worthy.
Gold piece?
No.
For these candied apples?
It's kill or be killed, son.
And you look, and he's got a little ceramic pot, right? And it looks like it has 4 apples in it. And they've got sticks stuck in them at almost kind of like odd angles. It's not like definitely like not going to a full harvest or something like that. And they're, very professionally put, like they're just jammed in there. And they're not caramelized. They look like they have butter drizzled on them, and then somebody just sort of basically sprinkled sugar on them very quickly.
I am taking Lostrom's advice always to heart to learn from the failures from before. So I kind of narrow my eyebrows and I look the kid straight in the eye because that's my level. I say, if you're a sea hag, you have to tell us,
There you go.
Are you a sea hag? Is this a trick?
Sea hag.
I just need to make a little bit of money.
A little bit of money?
Strum's gonna like peer into the pot.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something special about these?
It's a warm apple.
Can I do a perception check?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'd like to sniff and
That's
like
a 12-sider.
a 12.
Oh.
13.
That's not great. That's a 12.
Uh-huh. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's anything unusual about them other than the fact that it seems like maybe they just got dunked in hot water and then had butter and sugar sprinkled on them. They don't look... It's certainly not like a confection type of thing. It's very hastily put together. Would that be worth a gold piece to you? Probably not. It seems like an extraordinary extraordinarily high price to pay for basically what are literally boiled apples with butter and sugar on them.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you probably didn't do a very good job cooking it, but I can give you a few pointers if you want a meal.
Well, surely someone as noble as you, sir, would
I
enjoy
don't
it.
want any of your apples.
Hey,
Do they
use
have-
this as a learning experience. This didn't work, did it? But, there's time for you to change and be better.
Do they have worms in them?
No, they're fresh.
So the answer is no!
No,
Yeah, that's no.
I didn't know you
Lostrom kicks him over.
wanted a wormy apple.
I
Don't cry. Crying is
I
crying.
just wanted maybe five silver is all I really want.
Wait, you said a gold.
we're talking them down.
You want more money?
Poppy told me to start high.
No, he's going down. He's going down.
No, he wants
going
5 now. You're cheating
A
us.
silver apiece, 4 silver.
What the hell? Get out of here. What's
Wait,
going on
no,
with this?
10 silver is 1 gold, so he's actually going down in price.
So more is less. Less is more. We'll give you 10 gold.
Oh, no, hold on.
I will take 10 gold.
Thank you.
Wait,
But then you have to leave. What?
okay, look at it. Kid,
I will leave for 10 gold, I promise. You will not hear from me
Wait,
for the rest of the week.
Is that? Oh,
That's
so
more.
that sounds good, right?
yeah, that's most of our gold.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's all. That's actually all.
I'm so confused.
That's all of my gold. I have 10 gold exactly.
Well, don't give him all of our gold.
Yeah, I would say that's probably not a great idea.
Never mind.
Can I have 5 gold?
Wait, look, kid, are you hungry?
Yeah, who's
I'll buy you lunch. I'll buy you lunch if you want to come eat with us. But we're not having any of those apples. I can give you some pointers. I'm a mean chef.
I
I mean like good.
don't really need food, I need money.
He's
Money
got
for what?
food.
Do you owe somebody?
I,
Are they gonna break your legs?
I broke me mama's mirror.
Oh.
You are being weak right now.
I am literally a child.
Yes, but when I was a child, I fought a bugbear and won.
You're 9 feet tall.
How dare you? I'm
used to
something
be
like
7
that. Yeah, when I was little. It doesn't matter the height, it matters the heart.
No matter how hard I try, I'll never be 7 feet tall.
Yes. But you can stop sniveling
I mean,
anytime.
if I
I know that
can,
I can.
if I can give you some pointers.
What the hell
This
is
is-
this kid doing here? He's distracting me.
This is not the district to be doing this. You want a higher end district where you can, lay on people's sympathies. This is the dark.
But they all know me. You're new off the boat.
And we already are a little bit annoyed by you.
Yeah, you are. You have 5 other blocks to choose from. Move it along, buddy.
I mean, and also, our goal was too high. Next time, start a little low.
I would actually like to know more about the mirror. Are the shards still there? Are they clean?
Oh, we tried to get it fixed, but maybe. I swept them up and I keep them in a little box.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll buy the box from you.
You buy the box?
It's got the mirror shards in there?
5 silver, 4 silver for the box.
I forgot what I wrote down. I think I only have copper. Don't I?
That's from last time. You would have some pocket.
Oh, I have 2 gold pieces worth of stuff. So.
Yeah, 4 silver would be,
I can give you the
a
4
little
silver out of my.
like a quarter of that, basically.
And then you have to go away. You have to go away.
Okay,
Okay, I'll be right back.
we'll go with you.
And he puts the bucket down and runs inside his house, which is
What is even happening here? I hate towns. I've never really been in a civilized place, but I think I hate it.
Oh, this is not civilized by any
Oh, is
stretch
it
of
not?
imagination.
So he comes out with a rather rickety looking box, right? But it definitely kind of like jingles with the sound of these glass sliding against each other, and he kind of hands you the box and he puts his hand out.
These are dirty ones.
And then he kind of like shines it up a little bit. He bites it and he's like, "Thanks, nice bird lady."
Yeah, you're welcome. Wait, no, thank you!
he grabs his bucket of apples and goes back inside. You won't be hearing from me again.
Oh.
I doubt that.
Good.
She's just gonna sit and shake the box for a little bit.
Like I like check off another list. Like, okay, no kids, and it just like the page flops over and it just says low storm triggers.
Did you get a prize?
I don't know.
I'll open it and just look.
Oh yes, that's what I meant. Is there a prize in the candy box?
What did you mean?
That's what I meant.
Is there a prize in there? Like a secret prize?
What did you mean? Is that not what you meant?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Is there a prize? Is there a prize in there?
Can I open it and look inside?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. It looks like maybe, at one point it was...
Oh God, it's a 12 for perception.
Well, I mean, you're looking inside it. You see the shards from a mirror, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like the frame is there anymore. It's just the pieces.
Okay.
But they're definitely, mostly there, as far as you can tell. It's a box of random glass, silver pieces. So I don't know what else to tell you, but it looks like exactly like the kid said. You broke a mirror and then swept it up and put all the pieces in a box.
Oh. It's beautiful.
Right? When the light reflects off of it?
Is that why you paid money for it?
Yeah. That's how money works, right?
To get beautiful things like that?
Yes. I mean, you could get other beautiful things, but I guess it's in the eye of the beholder.
And so what are you going to do with it? Just open it and look at it sometimes?
Yeah, like in the sun, in the moon, under a lamp.
And then you're going to shake it sometimes? And then what? Just have it?
And then what?
I'm in talking to the proprietor of this store.
I don't
being like,
I don't think Glowstorm understands material goods as we do. They're owning things.
I poke my head out. Yeah, her object permanence is all over the place.
I understood that. I meant more just the idea of buying a thing so that you can have it, because it gives you pleasure to own something.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It just feels nice to have shiny things that make good noises.
I'd like to hold it.
Okay. Don't smash it?
No, I wouldn't do that to something beautiful. Yes.
You're not even looking at it.
I'm just seeing how it feels to have something, just to have it. I like this. I'm going to have it for a minute.
Okay. I'll just...
All right.
You want to shake it?
No. I just want to have it. I have it now. I have a box. I have this box. And you tell people that you have it. Is that... No, you're not really. You just have it.
You can tell people if you want.
I have a box.
Is the place with the purple wearing proprietor of this place?
Well, so it's very clear at this point that what has happened here is you were wandering through the streets and people saw that there are strangers who had come up from the boat from out of town, and they essentially were sold you part of their dinner to make a little extra cash.
Okay, so there's no actual place to stay. We're gonna eat
not in this particular quarter, but as you kind of wander deeper towards the center of the city, you see that the houses get much nicer to your right,
Okay.
To the I don't remember. I guess that's to the
Castle side.
west, east, to the east. Yeah, the castle side is the best way to describe it, right? And then on the left, you can see that there are several stands of merchants and whatnot that are very clearly like caravan sort of outfitter type of companies. So you see that there are draft horses who are here, who are stabled here or tied up here. They're not really stabled here, but they're draft horses tied up here. There are wagons that are being loaded, etc., etc., etc.
That's down here? Or?
No, that's in this area across the way, right? So there's a military drill field off to your left, and then as you go deeper in, you can tell that it looks like there's places where there's a section of town here where Teamsters essentially are loading up wagons full of goods and things like that. So, yeah, and you see this classic kind of swinging in the wind is a big wooden sign that says Knaven's Caravans.
Knaven's Caravans. Well, this is gonna be. I'm like I'll have like one piece of meat that I will try to be like guiding Low Storm probably through the streets. If she
Okay.
gets too distracted or starts arguing, I like wave it up. I'm like, Low Storm, back this way.
Right.
All right, very good.
What? So we're looking, just so you know, we've been traveling together, but we're looking for a specific druid, grand druid, out in the forest, and got a couple of other things I actually need to look for, but that's unspecified.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are you off to?
I'm mostly just looking, you know, getting some fights, having an adventure or two. Do you think where you're going is dangerous?
Definitely.
Then I'll follow.
Not with me around, but you know, if I wasn't around, it'd be quite dangerous.
Well, we're going into places that are dangerous. I will say that
Oh, I
being
see.
around you definitely lowers the.
Okay.
Or,
yeah,
yeah.
pretty dangerous. Yeah,
Sounds like the kind of place I want to go.
but you want to come with us?
Sure.
Do you think there's anything weird about me?
I think there's weird things about most people.
Good
Can I get
answer.
a box back?
Yes, I'm so tired of having it now. So there it is.
Thank you.
That actually, in context, actually worked.
But I have to say, it was nice to have a thing like that. But it gets your mind is always on it. Is the thing. Yeah. What now? What? Like,
Yeah.
how does it all work? Because now I don't have it, but I still am going to think about it.
Well, if you ever want to hold it again, you can just ask me.
But what about you? Was your mind on it when I was holding it?
Yeah, I was thinking really hard about it.
So that makes it distracting and almost debilitating, don't you think?
No.
Because then you can't focus on the things that are at hand. I think I don't need it. I don't need it anymore.
Well, it's not yours, so don't worry about it.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Now I'm worried about it. Is that what it does?
Yes, it does. Wait, here, try this. And like I've been rummaging around through my bag, and I've been like salting the meal with, or like essentially seasoning the meal with like different things from my bag. Like I'm crumpling up different like leaves and doing little bites, and I'm having you taste test as well. Like
Oh, okay.
what you think?
I mean, you know, street food is fine, but shouldn't we sit down and have an actual meal?
I'm sorry. Wait. The importance of street food in any civilized establishment.
I'm not saying that it's not good food. I'm saying a meal. Sit. Conversate.
Yes, that is clan. That is tribe.
Yes.
Okay. Break bread.
He's now part of the clan.
Do you know who is not part of the clan and tribe? Haverick.
Oh, I think you're being a little bit too hard on him.
He is not clan. He does not understand.
I think he's just a little down. That weird sea witch was a real pain in the butt to everybody.
Well, sure, but he sure didn't accept any of my.
Very good.
Oh man, thank you, the Bard 1971 and BSB Kara 1 and CMDR Catch and Fudge Wugget.
Fudge Wugget. Very good. So,
Fudge.
Agent XK 150 reveals themselves and hands their reroll to Havana Mahoney.
Yay.
Yes.
Thank you, Agent.
She was literally
All right.
ready to strangle someone.
So, your
What was the caravan's place name again?
Canavans caravans.
Haven's Caravans, your food does distract me.
It's good.
Okay. All right. So you're making your way through town.
Wait, I have still one question for you. Strum. We were able to meet and play games together. Now,
What game did we play?
the gambling game, didn't we?
Oh, that was a game. Okay.
It was a game of intelligence and strategy
On the ship.
on the ship.
Really?
A game, yes. We
Remember, you won. You won all the shiny pieces.
Yeah, you were better than the rest of us.
You.
Oh, okay. I thought I was like, okay. I don't think I've ever played a game before.
Well, and I've never held a thing that was just for holding it.
It's a whole day of new experiences.
Now,
And every time I've had street food, it's been me literally eating food
off of the street. So
Street
this is
food's what you
interesting.
make of it, so, you know, hey.
But my
To
question,
each their own.
My question for you is: so we're going off to see this Grand Druid, and what are you coming with us, or no, or yes?
I say yes. She's great if you'd like to come.
She's definitely proved herself worthy. Not just anybody can win a game.
I mean, you guys said we were friends, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
So-
we have been proven to be clan, but it seems as though if you're not coming with us to the Grand Druid, then this would be the time to say goodbye. Which we've all said goodbye to part of our tribes, haven't we?
Well,
It's true, but we make new tribes.
Right.
so you guys want to make new friends?
Yes,
You don't wanna
absolutely.
be my friend anymore.
We want to be your friend, yes.
No, I'm saying you have a choice, and we're going to go find a Grand Druid, and you are definitely part of our tribe if you want.
You know, I know that he didn't really say keep it a secret, but at the same time, maybe we don't shout it repeatedly.
Don't say Grand Druid.
Yeah, like if you
Over
have
and over
like
and
an
over.
overarching goal, you know, sometimes there are people who are against you or have some
Who
people.
would be against a Grand Druid? He's
I
just
don't
a
know.
Grand Druid.
He could have enemies.
Wasn't the whole
Powerful
thing that the
people have
Grand Druid was
enemies.
keeping everybody out? Never mind. You know what?
I mean, look, there was a shaman who saw a dream with him, but I don't think that was secret. I actually don't know what was secret.
No, I'm not saying there was anything secret, but I
Great. Do you want to come see the Grand Druid with us?
Yeah, I'd like to, but if you guys don't want me to come, I understand.
I think they're
can-
inviting you.
Are you inviting me?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd love to come.
Then it's settled.
I
Should we ask Kaverick? I'm feeling kind of bad about it.
using minor illusion. I'd like to make. I said I've made cards, and then like I have like a little invite card that I give to you. This is like, would you be our honored guest on this journey? And it's really shiny.
I can't read that. Did you?
I've never gotten a card before.
She's holding it the way I was holding the mirrors.
It's true. She'll be thinking about it now. And then I snap my fingers and it disappears.
Oh,
Am
but
I
you.
invited?
No, I'm not gonna maintain it for that long. I'm sorry.
Yes, it's not.
This is a roller coaster.
I delight in it.
But see, now you're not distracted by it, and you can live your life. Is the thing.
Right, okay.
And succeed at better things, and maybe even win more games. And definitely defeat foes.
I feel we all have something to learn from each other. Anyway, on
But
to...
mostly me.
Round about this time, who should come wandering up the street but Brux? Captain Brux.
Oh, your friend. Oh, we fought. Did I win? I won.
Yeah, you won.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's look, he kind of rubs his shoulder a little self-consciously a little
Oh,
bit.
look, the man I defeated.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, I defeated you.
And I defeated you.
And I defeated you.
I also defeated you.
That's true.
And she defeated you, and she defeated all of us. None of us defeated the sea hag.
I once defeated a badger.
You know,
I remember
did.
that story very well. I got a lot of details about that
It's
I
funny
didn't necessarily
you
want.
bring up combat. I was wondering, I know
Yes.
you're probably fairly new to this area, Brux, but anyone, yeah. Who would I talk to maybe about seeing about someone who maybe lived in this area or passed through it at some point?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
It's funny to me that you should mention that because I stepped in to get my assignment for my position here, and the first thing that I was told is that I should track you down. Lady Kellen would like to speak to all of you.
All four of us.
Wait, he said it's funny, but no one's laughing. Okay.
I meant it's funny, like it's curious, funny.
It's a curiosity.
Yes.
Yeah, the word has multiple meanings. It's not always just humor.
Yeah, write that down.
Let me write that down.
So,
We can all just laugh.
if you would accompany me to the keep,
So,
Lady Kellen would
Like that? The big brick?
Lady
The-
Kellen,
big.
Ooh.
all
Lady
four
Kellen,
of us,
Lady Kellen Six Staves. She's in charge of.
6 staves, and she knows that we are a clan now.
And she is a lady?
And is all of this true?
All of these things are true, more or less. Yeah, you know what? I'm just here to gather you up because I knew who you were. Didn't want to get you alarmed.
Do I call you Man Brooks then?
Captain would be great.
Ah, okay.
I am
Captain.
a captain.
So you have a
I won't
ranking.
salute you. Those days are over for me.
You're not.
I feel that has a sordid backstory.
You're not in the military, so I wouldn't expect you to salute me. Expect you to.
I would expect you to salute me because I really did beat the snot out of you.
That's not a salutable
Oh, it's
situation.
not. Is it not?
No.
It's a sign of respect for rank.
Don't really.
You have bragging rights.
How about that?
I had you though in that chokehold. I really had you.
Oh yeah, you really brought it to me, but ultimately, we saw who the victor was. It was me.
Everyone saw.
Yeah. You were great though. You were great.
We were all great.
Formidable.
Oh, yes.
So,
No, yes.
Follow
Brock,
me
Brock,
this
let's
way,
go,
please.
Let's go.
Let's go. So you wander your way through the front gates of the keep.
But we did eat, right? We're not hungry anymore.
Oh yeah, I was picking up food left and right
Okay, great.
as best I can.
Yeah. So you got some food off of the street here. It's not
important.
like you stopped and had a full-on meal. Look at all this.
I
sort of-
just like got crumbs in the cracks of the cobbles.
That's adorable.
just walking through, just back. Very good. So you get ushered through into this grand hall, which is probably relatively ostentatious given where you're at out here on the frontier, right? So large marble columns. There are
Wow.
tapestries hanging on each of the walls that have the Illifarn sort of family crest, indicating that this is a royal outpost or under the command of the city-state of Illifarn. And there's a long table in the middle. You'd think that maybe this would be more of a gathering area, but they clearly use this for a variety of different purposes, this space, right? So there's a long table, there's several chairs, and then conferring at the end with one of her guards, you see Lady Kellen. She has long.
She looks like Jessica Chobot.
She has long brunette hair, and she is
my God,
in
it does.
fact armed with a staff.
She's got a sneer that is exactly like Jessica's too.
Yeah, so she's
You know, Jessica constantly sneering.
when she's pissed off.
and she's dressed in very utilitarian clothes, but she does have a necklace and a few badges that indicate her station within the outpost here. So, Captain Brooks walks up and says, "Milady, these are my fellow travelers who are aboard Haverick's Pride."
Alton does a very practiced and performative bow.
Low Storm slams her knees to the ground and goes boom, and that's her way of pounds the ground, and that's her way of bowing.
Okay.
I try my best to mimic Alton as best I can, but in the...
Give me a performance check.
Oh God, yes.
Lord.
That will be at a -1. So that'll be an 8.
8 total. All right. Well, you managed to bow.
Dirt spills out.
No, so what happens is you forget about your backpack with all of your cooking utensils.
Oh yeah.
And as you lean over, the entire contents just spill forth.
Clink, clink,
all
clink.
again, dang, 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 dang.
Strum sees two of the three of them attempt to do the same thing, so she tries to do it too.
All right. Also give me a performance check
Or
here.
you're gonna nail it.
That is 18.
18. Yeah, you give a very graceful bow and manage not to drop your box full of broken shards of glass. There is just kind of a slight zhink as you hear the stuff slide from one end of the box to the other.
Pleasant.
But Lady Kellen nods and bids you approach.
I gather up my cooking supplies.
I help you.
Thank you, thank you. I'll be making stew soon enough.
Thank you so much for joining
Oh,
me.
wait.
Thank you.
I appreciate your indulgence. My understanding from my fresh captain here, he could not help but overhear that you intend to enter the Ironwood. Is that correct?
You can take it from here.
Yes, we would like to seek out the
It's not a secret.
Grand Druid.
Grand Druid.
Once we've finished our business out here.
Well,
Which is-
what? No, we just want to go and see that. I don't know what he's talking about. What?
I don't either.
Yeah, we don't have any other business.
No other business. Yes,
Well,
that's
we
correct.
don't. I'm not saying you don't. We don't. Just to clarify.
Short answer, yes, you're right. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I know we
Thank
keep getting
you.
into side
You
discussions.
are aware that the Grand Druid's presence has left the forest.
Yes. What?
When you say left, you mean east?
Like, did he leave a note?
Do you? Yes, you mean
It's unclear what happened to the Great Druid.
Great Druid?
The Grand Druid is
Oh.
unclear. Varden Greycloak,
That's him.
Yep.
his influence is no longer felt in the Ironwood as far as
Well
I can
then,
tell.
how are we supposed to find him? This isn't fair. They led us on a goose chase. They just said I had to leave.
Oh, calm down. It's okay. It's okay. They told us to find the druid. They didn't give us a map.
To be clear, I don't know whether the druid is still there or not.
Then why are you pooping on our parade?
I am simply telling you that his influence, his reign over the domain, has long since left his grasp.
Oh, but is that what the dream was about? How he's not good anymore?
Well, I think something was happening with the
My
forest.
lady,
I need to recheck
I
the
do apologize about my companions. They are not as
They're
trained
not what,
in the
say it.
niceties that you are accustomed to.
I think I literally am.
I'm more.
Wait, I'm just saying. No, we're just having a conversation. They're like equals.
Well, you're not.
You're not.
Are we not equals?
Look at her shinies.
I am the commander of this town. I rule over this town.
Okay.
I'm in charge of the military here.
There's
And she is a
also-
very prominent warrior of the Bek Baba Beka tribe, known for their luscious parades,
I scared a
of
storm
which
off.
no one dares to rain on.
I am certain your prowess is
Yeah,
well known.
But I'm not
and
here to
I-
talk about this. I'm just here to say I'm not apologizing for anything. Do I have anything to apologize
No.
for?
I don't.
Great.
I don't believe you do.
So why did you call us in? We said yes, you're right. We're doing the thing that you said that we were doing.
Well, we're gonna look for the Grand Druid. But anyway, yes, we were looking to enter the Ironwood.
What is your purpose in trying to contact the Grand Druid?
I haven't. I was given a note from her father. Hold on, let me consult it.
Well, honestly, find him. Find the Grand Druid. We just have to find him.
And
Well-
if you find him, what is your intent?
We don't know. We just know that him being gone isn't the best thing.
Okay, yeah, the note just says, accompany Lowstorm, find the Grand Druid. She'll know what else to do.
Yes, I will know what else to do.
Keep her on task. So my job is more of an.
He got poisoned or something. He's an elk and there's a spider and the spider poisoned him and that was bad and now we just need to help maybe help him but maybe just find him.
Yeah, you were telling me about this.
All I'm trying to ascertain is your friends of his, or at least your interests are aligned.
Yes, we do not like that he has been poisoned.
Alright. I only ask this because there are a number of people who may have malicious intent, and there are certainly a number of bandits
Spiders.
who have holed up in the Ironwood, and it is no longer the orderly place that it once
See,
was.
it is dangerous. So
And I
he's
told
gonna-
you, sometimes people, even powerful people, gain enemies.
Yes, you sure did. He was right. He's going to be
Wait.
a good one to have along.
Wait, this is important, Lostrom. Did you say that there are bandits and whatnot that have taken up in the forest?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
That gives me even greater purpose.
It's for a long time the Ironwood was closed off to any outsiders, but when the Grand Druid's influence waned, his guardians became wild and distracted, and no longer as attentive to patrolling the boundaries of the wood. Needless to say, a number of unsavory elements have since used this to their advantage. The most notable being the leader of these bandits, a rogue named of Creighton Sark.
Creighton Sark, you say?
Yes,
Do you know him?
he's a particularly vicious man whose skill with the blade is no small feat.
And he's in the forest?
It is rumored that he is taken up in the forest, that he's the leader of a band of bandits there.
Well,
Are you laughing about this?
I don't know about laughing. He's
Incredibly dangerous is what he is.
incredibly skilled
He's-
swordsman.
Ruthless.
this is
I'd love to cross
this
blades
is
with him.
terrible yet excellent news.
Okay.
Well, I was looking to pledge myself to the druid once we actually got there.
Well, were you?
Yes.
You're going to pledge yourself?
Well, I've been looking for, I'm trying to go and find bigger purpose than just pulling mushrooms from the ground and cooking them in delicious fashions. Though that is still a great task, and I will continue on doing that. But I wanted to help. I think the druid would be a great job opportunity. In all fairness, if we can find, we should absolutely find the druid.
I am not
But
going
if we can
to-
dispatch, with this Creighton, I think that would be that may lead us to get us halfway there to the druid, and maybe get on the better side of him.
Yes, let's
I
screw up
need
this
to
road.
caution you that Creighton Sark is not the greatest threat that you may face if you venture inside the Ironwood. There are any number of phantasms who are rumored to haunt the river itself. There are quicklings and chorids who would cause you to faint with the sound of a song, cause you to forget your own name if you merely heard their laugh.
That
Moreover-
all sounds great.
We have news from garrisons to the north that a large force of trolls and orcs is amassing under the banner of a necromancer. Purportedly, they seek to make a push into the Ironwood and claim whatever mystical treasures may be within.
Wow. So there's a lot going on. Honestly, Alton, you have pick of the litter of things you would, you would want to sharpen your sword on, as
yeah.
you say.
I already know where I want to head.
Oh, really? Is it going to lead us a little closer to the Grand Druid?
Hey, you look. This
Maybe.
this is open ideas right now. So just chuck them out if you're thinking of one,
Oh.
particularly.
Well,
You
if
know.
the opportunity comes up, Karen Sark, I want to cross swords with him.
Oh, great.
He's quite accomplished, very renowned actually swordsman, and
You want to take the title? That's
how it works.
I will help you in any way that I can, including crossing swords with him as well. Although I am not good at it.
I would prefer to do that alone. If you
Oh, sure.
open up the opportunity.
Well,
for the
maybe
two of
when
us,
you're done, then I can have a chance too.
perhaps.
Also, you just have to know I'm not pledging myself to the druid. I've got to go back.
Oh no, I'm not expecting you to. I'm.
There's a boy I've got to marry.
Oh,
Well, congratulations.
wait, do I know about this boy? You haven't told- I feel like we.
Yeah, you do. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know about him.
Oh, that boy.
So anyway, I can't pledge to the druid. I've got to go back.
So the situation I find myself in is that my forces are stretched rather thin, and frankly, it is a long journey into the Ironwood from here, even if you take the shortest applicable route, which would be up the river. So I cannot spare defenses to make an incursion into the Ironwood.
So obviously you want us to go.
Yes, if you would be so kind, I would like to impose upon you and deputize you into the Illifarnian army on my behalf. And I would seek you to find out as much as you can about the situation beyond the borders of the forest.
Absolutely, assuming I am given a rank that fits my stature.
You would
Is
simply
that a
be...
short joke?
No.
No. You would all simply be
It's not
official
height,
agents.
it's heart.
You would be deputies.
I said that, I remember.
You would all be deputies of Igerstorm.
Oh, no, fine.
There's no official rank or anything.
Nah.
Yeah, but then eventually you'll be the guy who killed Craven, or whatever his name is.
Does it come with shiny badges or anything like that?
Does it go into
Oh, does it?
Yes, of course. If you're deputized, you have a deputy's badge.
I'm in. And then we're supposed to help who?
I would like you to survey, scout the Ironwood to the best of your ability, or at least locate the Grand Druid if you can, and report back to me.
Oh, so
Yeah.
just do what we already were doing, but make
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
that we make a pit stop
But
here.
also, if we have the time, we'll kill Creighton, obviously, and we'll defeat the troll and orc armies, plus the necromancer.
I must caution you that...
And make the phantasms not be able to make us faint.
Yeah, we'll kill all the phantasms too.
I must caution you that this is not a mission of destruction that I'm sending you on. The information is what's most valuable to me. So if you go off and start all sorts of aggression and manage to get yourself killed or captured, well, then I don't know any more at the end of it than I did at the start.
I imagine you don't want 4 deputies of your army being caught causing mischief in the woods and starting chaos. So we will...
Well, Crichton Sark is a known outlaw and
Yeah,
criminal.
we will-
If you come across him or his forces,
Yes,
you are
but we're
free
not
to-
going to start a conflict with the entire Orcish army.
Well, I mean,
I
never
feel
say
like
never.
that's a choice you'll have to make upon encountering them. That's a choice they will likely
Yeah, but
make
that doesn't
for
mean we
you.
can't tie some bootlaces and together and put some mushrooms
Oh,
in
that
there.
would be quite
Right?
funny.
I simply want to reinforce the fact that the Ironwood is a very dangerous, magical, and lethal place where souls walk in and lose time. They lose their minds. They walk out. They have no idea
I've heard
what
of
they
this.
did within the forest.
Oh, I've heard of this. I told you about this.
Yes, no, I've experienced. Jorvin's face actually gets like serious at this point now, and
Okay.
he goes, yes, I have seen bits walking through other forests. I have been warned of the true dangers that lie within. But do not take our light-hearted jabbing too seriously. We will.
Can you hear the dog snoring?
It's just. Ooh, the specters are close.
Yes.
Yes, but no, we
There are creatures within the wood who feed upon men's hearts, who feed upon men's blood, who
Well, I'm
feed
not a
upon
man.
men's minds. Perhaps you will be safe, but I urge you to go forth with caution.
Do you know about a really tall tower in the wood?
Yes, the Tower of Heavens. Every 2 weeks they send a ferry down a boat.
Oh.
Got him.
A ferry boat.
Oh. So not.
To pick up any
actual
fortune seekers who would like to have their destinies foretold by the sages of the tower.
are they the ones that
Talpi?
Oh yes, the soul sage,
Brux, is there a new addition to be? Oh, yes, apparently so.
Ooh, will they be picking? Do they send fairies to pick the soul sages up as well?
Yes. So there's a bit of an issue here. The latest ferry was due to arrive 2 days ago, and it has not arrived.
Well, that is bad news.
Oh, should we go get our fortunes told before we venture out?
Well, no, the tower's in the forest.
Oh,
so
great.
it's pretty much the same issue either way. We have to, would you be able to provide a boat, or is there a passage that you know of, or
Yes,
you suggest?
we can certainly provide a boat. Yes.
Will it be called a ferry?
Ow.
We can call it a ferry if you want.
If you would like to call it a ferry, you're welcome to do so.
I would. Oh, I would.
Let me provide you with a map of the area.
That would be wonderful.
Very nice.
Where is that map?
Thanks, Kaineas.
Ooh,
Yes.
yeah,
Thank you so much.
So, you as players have seen this before, but yes, she gives you a map. This is where Iger's store is, and there is this obviously this forest is the Ironwood. This is the
The one on the far east is the tower, right?
yeah, and this is the tower here.
Okay.
So this is currently called the Oak and Gold River, and so you would take that up, and it's going to be probably a good 3 days journey up the river just to get to the edge of the Ironwood, and so then probably another 2 or 3 days up to the Tower of Heavens. They don't have any real solid information on what's where inside of the forest, right? There is a thick fog which covers most of the forest, and therefore it makes it difficult to do any sort of aerial reconnaissance, and also it makes it difficult to get your bearings on what's where while you're inside, right? So generally what she explains to you that the way that tourists or fortune seekers make their way to the Tower of the Heavens is this boat from the tower comes down, and it apparently has a great bronze lantern mounted to the front of it, right? That helps it navigate these waters. So it goes. They basically just go down the river and straight back up, right? And up until the Grand Druid's influence lapsed here, if you got off on the banks of the river, there would be small fairy elves who would come by and steal things from you, kind of like strip pieces of equipment off of you as they ran past, and also Koreds, who are these sort of like almost like similar to a satyr, right? But they have these big long beards, and they carry these cudgels, and they have kind of like goat legs down below, and they would also come out and they have druidic abilities, and they sing and shout and things like that.
What are they called?
Kored, Korred. So those were some of the inhabitants who were known to patrol the banks of the river and the edges of the forest. So they don't have a good fix on where the Grand Druid last known whereabouts were. Also, it's sort of the standard operating procedure of a druid to sort of not really have a fixed home or anything like that. It's sort of like if you're somebody like that who tends the woods doesn't really stay in one place. Like the whole woods is their place, right? So that's yeah, buddy. Got the USB cable hooked around his ear.
He's ready.
So she shares this map with you. She can provide a boat that you can use to traverse up the Oak and Gold River.
Yay!
Woo!
Thank
so
you,
much.
Beetleth!
And she, just requests that you provide any information you can, both about the Grand Druid and his whereabouts or his condition, as well as she's a little bit concerned about the Tower of Heavens, right? This is a place that is a center of prophecy, where people get their fortunes read and their destinies sort of foretold to them, and there's enough evidence that the prophecies that they're able to produce have some truth to them, that it would be a valuable target if you were able to penetrate the forest and somehow gain access to whatever sort of fortune-telling apparatus or methods that they use, right? So obviously, if you could bend the sages to telling your future, that would be immensely powerful. She does tell you that the tower has their own private set of mercenary guards that they pay rather handsomely to defend them from any possible intruders, although the nature of the forest itself has largely proved to be the best defense, right? So it is a small garrison of gnomish mercenaries who are there more kind of like in case than they are a central piece of their defense. They have had to hire more and more mercenaries, over the course of recent events as the forest has gotten more wild.
Okay.
So,
Your dog likes me more than you.
you are petting my dog right now, so that's true. Do you want to have the French fry test? Because I feel like my French fries are going to be your pets.
Well, my lady, I thank you for all this information. Oh, sorry, it slipped my mind. I was handed this this message. I was supposed to hand off to someone. You wouldn't happen to I'm having the darndest time tracking them down. Last I heard, they were seen here. A person by the name of Garen Vance would have popped in here maybe around 2 years ago. That's the last I'm able to track down. You wouldn't happen to know where that person, if that person's still here, or where they might have headed.
Garen Vance. Remind me where that name came up.
That's in the backstory you wrote for me.
Oh, what? Let's see if she remembers him. I do remember this fellow. He had an unsavory air about him, but did not cause any direct trouble. He mounted a caravan and headed north. Although the caravan that he hired never returned. We sent out a patrol of guards and found that they had been set upon. His body was not recovered, but the rest of them were.
Just his body? He was the only one? Or were there several?
He and 2 others were not recovered.
Okay.
There is some suspicion that he was involved in some sort of double cross.
Oh, mutiny.
Yes, a mutiny of a sort, although a caravan doesn't have mutinies per se.
It's good though. It's good. You're learning new words.
I'm trying so hard.
You definitely just keep that going.
I will.
Keep that going.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
And this Garen Vance, are you you like him or no?
No, I've not met him. I'm just trying to relay information.
Garen Vance?
Yes, Alton is Alton seems to know everybody.
I know a lot. You spend a lot of time in court. You meet people.
And now he knows us.
And now he knows us.
Does that mean we're gonna die like Garen?
Yes, in a mutiny.
I don't think Garen's dead.
Didn't you just say you found his body?
No, they didn't find his body.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that good news? And
Well,
then
So,
you can bring him the message.
it's a mystery, and mysteries are fun. So that's good news, that it's a mystery. But
And
the
we're gonna
facts
have
of the
fun.
mystery, that's not fun.
No, dead. Very hard. Very bad news. So many dead. Although death is a part of life, and they probably somewhat, in the grand scheme of things, deserve to die. Not everyone can make it out of here alive.
Well said.
in fact, nobody makes it out alive in the end.
That's right.
Ooh, we're getting existential now.
No, it was just their time.
Yes, well,
Do you have any thoughts
I
on it,
appreciate
lady?
your musings on mortality, but I have more pressing issues of life to attend to. So, I am happy to arrange for your quarters over at the Happy Cow Tavern. I did not name the place. You're free to stay there overnight, and
Whoever did's a genius, though.
and if there's anything you need, you can refer to Captain Brooks. He will be your liaison in this matter.
Oh, excellent.
Captain, you're going to show us around. That's very nice.
Yeah. I'm happy to. I'm new to town myself. It would do me good to.
Yeah, you would think the captain would have
Learn
bigger
my-
things to do, but I guess not. We're your charge.
You are my charge.
We're your child.
It's probably because you got beaten by me on the ship and lots of people already know about it.
I also beat you.
Yeah, it seems like destiny. I'm sort of stuck with you. Well,
Maybe
let's.
you could go to the Heaven Tower and then they could
Would you
tell
like-
you if it really was your destiny.
Yes, you could come with us. Yes, that is clan. That is tribe. You beat someone and then they
I feel like Brooks already has clan here.
that's fine.
I need to get settled into my new station, so I appreciate
Congratulations by that.
Thank you. You're remarkably civil when you're not punching somebody in the face.
Yes.
I know.
Lady Kellen.
I am full of layers.
Is Lady Kellen already gone?
Oh, did she go? Wait.
She flew away.
She looks at from some papers. I'm sorry. Yes.
Oh,
No, she's not airlifted him up.
while everyone's walking away, I would like to regale her of the story of the badger that I killed.
Oh. Yes. Well, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Well.
I really feel like she needs to know.
Is it
about
that? Was that the badger? Is
It
that-
was. I'm pointing at it.
He knows that's a raccoon, right?
He does not.
Oh,
What's a raccoon?
that's
It's a trash badger.
Oh.
It has a mask. It has a black stripe across its eyes like that.
Okay, I'm looking.
It has paws.
In Elven, they're called washing bears because they wash all their food.
Why doesn't he wash his food then?
I don't know, because he thinks it's a badger.
It's true.
Oh, and badgers are dirty?
I mean, I've not met one, but I would assume so.
All right. So.
Good job, you really got the queen on our side.
I know. I really
She's
think I
not
really
a
won her over
queen.
with that badger story.
Is she not a queen?
She's a commander.
I don't even know.
Yeah, it's complicated. Don't feel bad. It's,
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, I grew up in it, so I understand the nuances.
You
but
grew up
but
in
I
a
get it. Queen,
commander?
commander.
no,
it's-
in royalty.
Some
Similar.
version of better than us.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. So you head on over to the Happy Cow Tavern.
Yes.
I don't know if there's anything interesting or exciting you want to do there at this point, but I do have a little bit of business thanks to our delightful donations in chat here, Beetaluth and company. Our moment of heroism has been unlocked. So you each have
Can you grab me?
a token for that.
Thank you. Ooh, oh, these are
thanks.
gorgeous.
Yeah, are these new tokens?
Those are from campaign coins. Yes.
Wow.
Lovely.
Yes, indeed.
Can you grab me something too?
Just anything.
Yeah, really, just
Yeah, really.
sweet. Thank you very much.
All right. So without getting too deep into what's going on at the tavern, although it is dinner time, so some of the businesses that have shut down, those people have come in to grab a little bite to eat since they didn't necessarily have anything prepared. And I'm certain there's a birthday party going on in one corner of the tavern. This seems to be sort of the hub of social life here, but perched on one end of the bar, taking all of this in, but very clearly looking out of place, you do see Talfi sitting there enjoying a cup of mead and having a very simple meal of some mutton and some bread.
Oh, Talfi.
Hello, Alton.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Hello!
Hey, Talfi, how you doing?
Strumthrum, it's good to
Have
see.
you come down from the mushrooms?
Would you like more mushrooms?
I'm not sure how to answer your first question, but I do know how to answer your second question.
Excellent.
Yes, please.
I put some on the bar and I saddle up next to him, like my feet dangling.
And so they just sort of like pluck those mushrooms and they kind of like quickly scoop them
You got
into their
plenty more, right?
their
Oh,
I got
stash
tons.
and then sort of like grab one and begin sort of picking it apart and putting the little bits like one by one.
It's actually serendipitous to run into you. We're actually, we heard you're having some travel issues. We're actually heading our way where you're headed.
We're securing transport to the Tower of the Heavens.
But more specifically, all the way to the Grand Druid.
Yes,
Well,
but
that
stopping
too.
in the tower on our way, and we had heard that your transportation has not arrived and was expected to.
Yes, my understanding is that there would be someone to meet me and accompany me to my new station, but they're not here. They're missing.
Yeah. Well, we're glad to have you on board if you wish to
Yeah.
travel with us.
Hey, can you do one of those fortune-telling things like they do in the tower?
I have not really been trained in the ways of fortune
They said that
telling,
if we
but
could get one of those, it would be really, really good for us, I think. So maybe, could you try?
Well, we just need
I
to
would
do
be-
it now.
Why not?
I would be willing to try, but I don't know how.
At all?
I can't guarantee how well it will work.
Well, what does a soul scribe mean?
He's going to be a soul scribe.
Are you not already a soul scribe?
I am a soul scribe. Yes, that's true. We write the truth of the universe in our hearts. That's
So do that for us, right?
Like you do.
What does it say about me?
it's more of an immediate clairvoyance than it is being able to predict the certainty of the future.
I believe what they're trying to say is that they have the gift, but not the training to harness that gift in any way that would benefit us at this moment.
Fine.
Would it help if you had a box of glass?
I don't know if that would be okay.
Well, I can try, I guess. I will need something personal from each of you.
I got this shiny thing. It's my badge.
Thanks, Argentum 42.
It's me badge.
Wait,
Is this your deputy badge?
Yeah.
Oh, where did you acquire this?
From the Queen.
She's the commander.
From Lady Kellen.
Lady Kellen deputized us.
Oh, I need something personal that
Yeah.
has been on you longer than a few hours.
I give her my wood, like my wooden stirring spoon for
Like
for
that?
cooking.
Okay.
I'll just cut off. I've got a little braid of my back hair.
All right.
The spoon is definitely, it was a much larger normal spoon, and I have whittled it down to a smaller gnome-sized spoon.
Okay. All right.
I take off one of my badges. That is it's for excellent. I got it during my cadet phase for my swordsmanship, and I wear it very proudly. I still wear the medal.
Okay.
You can have this, and it's like a little ocarina. It's like the first instrument she played.
Oh,
Ooh.
all right. So
Yes.
so
This is not gonna work.
Talfie
No way.
then reaches into their pouch and they pull out a very sharp, short dagger. Right? It's actually it's not even a dagger. It's almost like a razor blade that you use to shave your face. But the blade isn't that long. It's just a very short one, right? And they shave. They get out a silk handkerchief and lay it down on the bar. And
Classic.
Then they shave the braid that you have cut off, right,
Wow.
into just tiny little a little fine pile of hairs, right? And they take the spoon, the stirring spoon, and they inspect it like incredibly studiously, look over and over and over, and see that there's a small speck of something that's still dried and crusted on the very backside tip of the spoon. And they take the razor without touching it, and they just kind of like chip that off. And that gets flipped into the pile, and they set that aside. And then they take the metal that you have given, and they begin picking at the braid of it. And they pull a loose thread off of the back, and then they pull it out, and then they snip it off with a razor, and they set the metal aside, and they coil that piece of thread and tie a series of ever more intricate knots into it and put that on the pile. And then they close up.
What about her ocarina?
Hang on. So then they close up the handkerchief and they get a bowl, like a ceramic soup bowl from the bartender behind the bar, and they put it inside and they pour a little bit of wine over the thing, and then they set it on fire, right? This whole thing, the kerchief and whatnot, begins to burn, and they take the ocarina and they blow just 3 notes, and the breath from blowing through the ocarina blows into the flame coming up out of the bowl, and it sparks, and these big maroon and then bright blue kind of sparks. Boom, 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 like almost like little miniature sparking fireworks that come flying off of the bowl. And then the whole thing very quickly burns out, and there's this powdered dust that's got kind of like a glittering like rainbow quality to it, right? Like you can see that it's mostly gray and black, like smudges of soot, but there are these little speckles of very bright, some sort of bright, fine particles mixed in with side. And they take the box of mirror shards and they open it up and they dump these ashes into the bowl, or into the box, and then they close it and they slam it on the bar 3 times and then dash it out, and the entire contents comes spilling out onto the bar top, right? But as it comes spilling out, it flows like water, and you can see that the mirror has reformed itself.
What?
And there's a shimmering white kind of glow coming off of the mirror, and Talfie looks down into this mirror, and their face is illuminated from below as they look into the mirror, and you hear them say, I see ghosts on the river. I hear chimes in the forest as if a great bell is being struck. I see a man and his panther, but they are made of shadow. Someone someone is working with strange tools, building a clockwork tower. I see my master. He is engulfed in flame.
Oh, jeez.
And then the mirror goes dark. And Talfi is, you see, just soaked in sweat and breathing, just overcome with like the intensity of what they
You
just
did it,
experienced.
Talfi! You did it! You did the thing that I wanted you to! That was amazing!
What did I say?
You said there were ghosts on the river. You got really scared at the end where you said your master was in flames. You said a lot of things.
Ghosts in the river.
Ghosts in the river.
Chimes in the forest.
Yes. A
Like
shadow
a
man
bell.
and a panther.
Shadow Man and Panther. A man building a tower of clockwork. And then your master engulfed in flame.
That was the one that got you. You got real bad about
Yeah,
that one.
Talfi, I have some bad news.
Friends, I fear there is a test ahead. And
Oh,
I'm not certain that all of us will survive it.
Oh, what?
Well, you know, as you say, if we're meant to survive, we'll survive.
If we're meant to survive, we'll survive. But nature takes us all in the end, so. If we're
I'm
not meant to.
sorry about your box of shards.
Oh no, this is even better. Thank you for making this and for the.
Yeah, you made the shards of mirrors. You turned it into a whole mirror.
Oh yeah, it stay? It stayed together.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were shards before.
If you would like, these are...
I don't have much use for ground up back hair, but who knows?
No, they only shaved like, you know, it's like you gave Talfi a braid, right? And they shaved kind of the ends of it.
Oh, gotcha.
So there's still sort of like a pigtail of hair left if you want it. I don't know. It's more like you get your spoon
Oh, I get my
back, you
spoon
get your
back.
metal back,
Okay,
you
okay.
get your ocarina back and whatnot. Like those items.
I like.
Only a bit of those items was consumed.
I spin it in my hand and I like holster it.
All right. Very good. All right. So with all that being said, is there anything else overnight that you would like to do? The food is delicious. The company here is rustic but friendly. People.
It's quaint here.
Yeah.
I want to talk to Strum. Strum, what are you doing here in Augustal? For real? Like, where do you come from?
Well, I used to be a part of a flock. You know, like friends, family.
Clan, tribe, yes, got it.
As I've learned the words from you, yes, clan, tribe, but they didn't want me anymore, so I
Wait,
had to
what?
leave. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like you said. I'm too weak, or I wasn't worthy of that clan.
Is that true?
Everyone's worthy of a little bit of dignity. I think that you shouldn't dwell too much on the judgment of others. You have proven
However-
yourself a wonderful companion.
Yeah, I know. But what about it exactly were you not good at?
I don't know. I was really different. You know, I don't look like the rest of my family. I'm too small, and I've got all these weird colors, and
Your ears look different, and it's, you know, it's the same story all over. Family is...
Wait, are your
You don't-
ears different than your family?
No, him. Look, I think that we're really getting into some deep character stuff.
Family is... It's a word people throw around is supposed to mean something, but it doesn't. You make your own life, you make your own name for yourself. You don't need somebody else's name behind you.
I got kicked out of my tribe, kind of.
really?
But not really. I get to go back. It's long, well, yeah.
What-
It was really.
They said you could come back? What do you have to do?
Well, it
Find
was...
the druid.
Mm,
No.
Yeah, that's part. I mean, that's part of it. But look,
Listen.
all of the rest of the Goliaths in the
Collaborate.
tribe, when they turned of age, they got a fairy who would help them. Kind of like what you're doing for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a fairy.
But for ages and ages, the Goliaths had fairies. And I never got my fairy. And I came of age, and I just never got one. And so they look at me as if I'm broken.
I didn't.
So they don't really kick me out, but they don't really keep me in. They gave me a quest, and I think they didn't mention it, because it's very embarrassing, very shameful. They didn't mention all of this, but I also, my parents told me that keep an eye out. There might be some fairy stuff going on in the forest.
I hug your boot for emotional support. I'm not. Do I know this story? Have you talked about this openly with me?
No, but you know that, I think you know that Goliaths have fairies.
Yeah, you would
yeah,
know
I
that
would
part
know.
of it.
Okay, so like it's something you've never necessarily spoken about yet. I'm really happy that you're opening up about it. So I hug your furry boot.
So it could be, I mean, it's never happened for ages. I'm the first one ever to not have one. So maybe it's because I haven't been worthy. Maybe it's because I need to do a feat of prowess. Or maybe it's because I wasn't meant to have one. Or maybe, I don't
Or
know.
maybe you should just trail your own path and
Or
not
maybe-
follow the ones laid out in front of you.
Or maybe
No, I definitely need a fairy. No, I don't think, what? No. Goliaths have fairies. I'm busted. I'm a busted Goliath.
I'm a fairy for now.
Yes, that's right. Anyway, maybe in the forest we can find one for me. Well, no one else has to find one. They just kind of show up and they're like, "Hello, I'll be a fairy." It's quite fun, I think. I think I would enjoy it. Is the thing.
I use minor illusion to give myself little fairy wings, and I start prancing around.
Yo, you're quite big for a fairy. You're the biggest fairy. Oh, yeah, I should take him back and be like, I've got the biggest fairy. And my fairy can cook.
Bragging rights.
Yeah.
Well, at least maybe you'll get the chance to go home.
Yeah, they'll take me back. They'll just look at me always like I'm broken. But yeah, they sure will. They'll always...
Then why do you want to go there? Why do you want to go somewhere
Oh,
where
because-
everyone always looks at you and thinks that person is different, that person doesn't belong?
Well, I want to marry that. I want to marry Crot. I want to marry him so bad.
There's so many K sounds.
Did you say crot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no,
What's
Oh.
his full name?
He's a looker.
oh wait,
He is a looker. He's got muscles on his
Oh,
muscles.
he's dust maker. Crot dust maker. Baba Becker. Crot. So,
So we got Crot, Canavins, Kellen.
okay,
Creighton.
you're right.
Now, Creighton is spelled with
Wait,
C.
so you're saying you can't even go back even if you wanted to?
I don't know. I'm just so different.
Did they say get out of here? You're done.
I mean, they threw things at me and
What the hell?
screeched and
What did you do?
shoved me.
Wait, how old were you?
I mean, I was 10.
What?
In bird years?
Well, what did they? What? How did they? Is it when you turned 10 or what? Was there an incident that?
Well, most kinku reach maturity at 12, and so when I started changing, that's when it got bad.
Wait, so what did you change into?
I stopped growing, and my feathers started changing colors.
She has that like red plume on her.
Yeah, but is that not what? But it's just a color, and it's pretty.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at how little you have to look different from everyone else to be looked down upon.
I also don't talk like the others.
How do they talk?
They mostly just make noises or repeat the same thing over and over again, and really if they haven't heard it said, they can't say it, and they're I don't know, they saw my verbal differences as
don't know. Seems like I had a superiority complex, or
Wait, maybe she is more worthy than them.
Adversary.
I would say that. I would say that your family sounds like they were unworthy of you, and family is not important, and who cares about it?
I don't know.
Wait, hold on. No, wait, no. I don't. No.
I'm talking about. her
But the
family.
struggle, the struggle makes her a better individual, as much as your people believe.
All right. But your family does matter.
Does it
you?
though?
The spirits agree.
Harold agrees.
Oh my god.
Well, what does he know?
That is so cute. He's. What are you chasing squirrels, buddy? Oh god.
There should just be a puppy cam.
There is occasionally. It's an unlock occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not on the ladder tonight. All right. So you go, fairly deep toward closing time, where you're sharing cups of ale and or whatever particular drink you may want to indulge in.
No.
You should try it. It helps you forget things. Helps you feel fun.
See,
Makes
so
you talkative.
I don't know if you've heard my thing about alcohol, but you can.
I have.
Okay, well then you know why I'm not going to do it. Makes you dependent. It makes you more courageous, more fun. But why would you need that when you're already the best that you can be already?
Or it makes you awesome. I would like to spend a good amount of time, or as much as I can, with Talfi.
Talfi?
Talking about the what, like, again, if he says that he's like, he looks for they.
Yeah.
Sorry, if Talfi was saying that they like take the knowledge of the world and like and internalize it, or so like anything that they may know about the forest or what they've heard, kind of like when embarking on this journey. I'm sure that they don't have like specific knowledge, but they had to have maybe heard stories or things like that when whilst like applying to the tower or training. I just want to like listen in on anything that they may say for that.
I mean, I don't know that there's. I guess so. The Talfi doesn't have really a lot of information about the forest, right? That's sort of just this muddy morass of like, it's a dangerous place. We go up and down the river and that's it. Like it's not our domain to. We're not given leave to go explore the forest, right?
But
and
like
in fact, they get their supplies from Iger store, so they don't go out in the. Their understanding is the sages of the tower don't go out into the forest to go hunting or anything like that. It's like they're allowed to get water out of the river, and they have to supply their own everything else, right? But in terms of the tower itself, the information that you can get is that it's staffed by a bunch of monks. Like these monks all study they've collected a bunch of various writings. The most important writings that they have are collected into are a collected set of volumes called the Books of Prophecy. So once you have gained a certain amount of skill and knowledge and facility with fortune telling and prognostication, you eventually work your way up to become the great sage, right? And
was it?
I want to make sure that it
was it the great sage
title.
Was it the great sage that you saw?
You become the elder sage, right?
Oh,
so
sorry,
you become the elder sage, right?
Was it the elder sage that you are like? Did we get a description of who the master was that was on fire?
You're assuming that would refer to the elder sage,
Okay.
but who knows? You know, I mean, as far as you know, as far as Telfi knows, like they haven't even met their master yet, right?
Okay.
Like they applied for this position and were accepted, and they're sort of getting accepted as like basically like a freshman level kind of thing. And imagine like elder sages would be like the senior professor at the college, right?
Okay.
So this is really sort of a very, very junior position that they're working their way into, where it would largely be probably, you know, the first course of study would just be like, let's copy a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I was just wondering if there was a like if there was any specification to if the master was referring to any like any particular individual, or if it was just.
They don't know.
Yeah.
You know, if you question someone in the bar, they can tell you that the elder sage has the name of Shalfi.
Talfi and Shalfi?
That is 100% a coincidence. that is a bad job of naming NPCs on my part. So yeah, there's a variety of you know, the place is home to a bunch of monks. They also do like astrology and astronomy there. You know,
Okay.
You know that's part of the curriculum, is not just telling the fortunes of people, but also reading the fortunes of the world from the stars, etc.
Talfi's gonna be great.
It's also a very it's very much like the classic monk lifestyle of you kind of live in solitude and forswear all of your earthly kind of pursuits and just go on a quest for knowledge, basically, right?
And the Grand Druid granted you like reprieve for the tower to exist, or you know, like.
Talfi is not in the know for what that arrangement was at all, right?
No harm in asking,
Like,
as they say.
It for whatever reason, the Grand Druid did allow people to, you know, people who just kind of were civilians who paid money to go traverse up the river into the heart of the Ironwood, but visit this one specific place, only stay there, do whatever, you know, prognostication was going to be done, and then they went back, right? So I think you can probably surmise that there must have been some sort of arrangement, that the reason that the Grand Druid would have allowed this to happen, whether it's deference to the Tower of the Heavens is just something that, you know, it's some sort of like important place, or maybe there's some sort of arrangement that was between the Elder Sage and the Grand Druid. Who knows? The details of that are all speculative, but obviously they had some sort of arrangement where this was allowed. You know, this was given. They were given permission by the Grand Druid to let people go back and forth up and down the river, and also go up and down the river themselves in order to get supplies and all that kind of stuff, right?
Excellent. Talfi, this information has been quite illuminating. Thank you so much for.
I think you're gonna do great. Just great. You already did it, you know.
So you will be joining us on our excursion up the river?
I don't see how I have the capability of hiring any other or any better guards, to be honest.
That's right.
And I assume if the ferry that was supposed to transport me
That word
to the
always
tower,
gets me.
I know. I see the hair on your arms just stick up on end.
It's this tall.
I go back to the list. I say word fairy.
it's like a sheep.
Yes.
Fairy was already written there, but you like underline it a couple
Yeah.
times.
Yes. Just draw a circle.
If
red pen.
if my fellow monks are merely delayed and on their way, then we will surely encounter them on our way up the river. So
Well, there we go.
That logic works for me.
I love it.
very good.
Sorry, Strum. When they start talking, she goes off in a corner and just like stares in her mirror and
Oh.
looks at.
Okay. All right. Give me a...
Yes.
I don't know, give me a wisdom check.
Okay. Anything in particular? I have proficiency in perception or insight.
No, it's just a wisdom
Okay.
check.
This is so uncanny.
So it's gonna be 12.
12.
Wait, I want to reroll.
All right.
Wait, what's this again?
It's a wisdom check.
No, what's this?
That
Yeah,
is your hero's
hero
favorite.
moment.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's a 18.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There is a moment where you're looking in the mirror, and your reflection in it begins to like pull back away from you, right? Almost as if the camera, if the mirror were a screen, the camera was pulling back, and even though you're holding the mirror in the exact same place, you are seeing like more and more of your body, and as it zooms back, you see yourself perched, like maybe on the side of a mountain or something like that. And you can see the ironwood down below enveloped in this gray mist, right? And every once in a while, the mist, there's this strong wind that's blowing in your face, and this wind blows the top of the mist around, and you see kind of a flash of silver or something, just kind of like glint briefly around as the canopy of the mist gets swirled around, right? And then, kind of to like your sudden surprise, I don't know if that's redundant or not, but whatever. Anyway, you're taken aback as the image of yourself that you see suddenly jumps up into the air, and you spread your wings and you fly down over the top of the mist of the ironwood that envelops the ironwood. And as you do that, you kind of catch your breath, and you put the you honestly you sort of like you catch your breath, and you drop the mirror, like your grasp just involuntarily opens, like you're startled, and the mirror hits the table in front of you and cracks into pieces again.
Are we seeing this?
No, I went off in a corner.
Oh, shit.
I'll stare at it for a while, and then I'll just kind of brush the pieces back into the box I had them in before.
Okay, they're bigger now. They're still,
Yeah. Do they still fit in the box?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, let's go to bed.
All right, very good. So you wake in the morning. Captain Brux is down by the Oaken Gold. You have a delicious breakfast. Captain Brux is down by the Oaken Gold.
Oh, wait, hold on.
For
Topic of breakfast.
For breakfast, when making breakfast, can like you hear outside like root fire as I like when you guys come down, I have like fresh baked bread, and I specifically hand Talfi one, and I say just in case there's any fire. And I hand him a piece of the of like the kind of a bread loaf that I've made.
Okay.
So
now it only makes 4 portions, right?
Yeah, I'm giving him one
of
those portions.
So it's you come downstairs, and Jorvin has made this very thick, almost like a it's even denser than a pancake, right? It's this very it's not bread per se. It's like a cornbread, more like a cornbread,
Yeah.
that kind of dense kind of thing,
Yeah.
cake. And Talfi is taking it, and they nibble on. That's very good.
Talfi loves
What does this have to do with fire?
Oh, it will give you protections, not fully obviously, but some protections against fire in general.
Well, that's lovely.
Yes, and I have my rolling pin that has like all these runic markings on it, I say I cooked it this morning, just especially after the prophecy. It's quite worrisome, you know.
I appreciate that. You know what would really be good with this?
Some mushrooms.
Ah,
Sprinkle some.
best friend.
Sprinkle some on top.
Alright. Yeah. So, very good.
Can we eat any of this?
Yes, I have 3 portions. I have 3 portions left for the day. So we can munch on it. That's actually my question is it says that the cake itself holds its magic for 12 hours, but when they eat it, how long does it?
It only lasts for an hour.
It only lasts for an hour. Okay, yeah. So we can eat it later when we
Great.
But I want to eat it now.
Oh, no, it smells so good. Talvy just...
have some of these. And I
Talvy
just
just ate it.
thrust some mushrooms, a handful of mushrooms up into your general eyes.
You don't need those. Not to be the person you're meant to be.
You're not judging him.
A hearty breakfast is it's the most important meal of the day.
It is. It is. These are very important mushrooms.
All right. So you go down to the docks. Captain Brux is there. He has a very stout longboat for you. It has it has 2 sets of oars, right?
Okay.
You will be going upriver. It has a very small mast with a sail, so it has a little bit of extra oomph to it. But this is definitely not a ship, right? It is a glorified rowboat, is essentially what it is.
Okay.
But it's 25 feet long. It is not particularly wide. It's maybe 8 feet wide. Designed to get you upstream. So, and he tells you that the river doesn't really have the draft to accommodate anything much larger at this point.
Okay.
So, unless there's something special you want to do before the...
How close are we to unlocking the song?
I don't think that's. We'll see if that comes up tonight, but I'm skeptical.
Oh, really? Guys.
Aw.
It's such a good song.
We can do it next week too.
Yeah, but I'll have another song for next week.
Oh man, then we can put them both on.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, with
He was
that
mad.
in mind, you depart the city of Igerstor, or the settlement of Igerstor.
And about 2 minutes in, they realize that having me on one side with the oars and her on the other side.
Oh, are we oaring? Are we the oar boys?
Well, I don't know who else is going to
I
pull their weight.
I figure you can just do
Both of them?
I just grabbed
Yeah.
2.
I'm the person who plays the drum. It's just my guitar.
We give Low Storm a set, and then we give him one, make him feel good, and then you're playing the drums, and I'm.
Wait.
I'll sit on her shoulder, and then I'll be making snacks the entire time to make sure that she's
Who's
fueled
yelling
up.
commands at her?
Yeah, so you quickly realize
Yeah.
that
Who thinks they're yelling commands at me?
I'll
Because
do it if someone has to.
you're a coxswain. Hey.
Oh, you just wanted to say coxswain.
All
Is that how
of
you
them's
say
ending
it?
up in the
Coxswain?
water,
Coxswain.
immediately.
Is it, how do you say it?
Coxswain?
coxswain.
Coxswain?
Coxswain?
Yeah. I believe it's coxswain.
It's definitely like coxswine.
I know it's bosun for boatswain.
So you quickly realize that although this has 2 sets of oars, it's 2 sets of oars designed for normal human-sized people to operate, and once Low Storm gets behind one set of oars,
Yeah,
the
we don't
other
need
set
it.
of oars is completely
I'll get in the middle.
superfluous.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It
You
has
don't need help.
2 sets.
You have
We just
enough.
go in like a huge circle right off the bat.
No,
I'm like, and
it's
I'm
like-
like, whoa.
You run both sides.
Yeah, you.
but now I run both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right.
Cute.
You.
We had a moment of comedy, is what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, no, it's you grab both. You're like, I don't understand why.
I'm just over here like, dum,
Yeah,
dum,
I was
dum,
trying on
dum,
one of
dum, dum.
We're equals.
Yeah, we're Nemo. We're the broken fin.
So, the first day you were really passing through basically farmland and plains, right? You don't. There's not a lot of change in the landscape. There's not a lot of terrain features of note. There's the occasional farm. There's a lot of kind of like tilled. There's also like herds of grazing animals and things like that. You're still in, within a day's ride of Iger's store. And it's very clear that this place is fairly well under the protection of the town, right? So that night you pull your boat aside and set up a little camp and really don't have any sort of issues. You can set up a watch, etc., etc., etc. But that first night, you don't encounter anything particularly noteworthy.
Cool.
The second day, you continue on, and you begin to transition from like relatively regular farmland into more sporadic settlements, right? You're really sort of getting out into the grasslands and the plains. And you don't, like the first day, you saw people down by the side of the river, like filling up buckets, and they're like, hey, how you doing?
We live on a farm, this is the most exciting thing that's happened to us in weeks.
Hi. Can you stop? No, we can't stop. Okay.
Are they attacking us? We should kill all of them.
With friendliness.
If they are attacking us, I agree. We should kill all of
They're
them.
not attacking us.
Are you sure?
I'm
No.
very
Yes, are you?
sure. I
They're
am.
just waving.
Why are their hands moving like that?
It's a greeting.
That's true. I've seen that before.
They want to be your friend.
Why don't they bow?
Bow is what you do with somebody who is a superior. They don't know that we are better than them. Thank you.
And me now.
No, just me, I think.
Oh, she just did it, so. Anyway, I got a superior as well. Oh, you're doing it to everyone as well?
No, I'm just having fun. No, I'm just bowing.
If you want to bow to everyone, I'm okay with that.
We're about to everyone. I just start bowing because she's doing it and it's fun.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this.
So you continue along, and towards the end of the second day, probably the most exciting thing that happens is as it's getting to be dusk, you see this wave kind of go through the water, and you all go on a lurk for a moment, and then
Coming towards us?
no, going sort of perpendicular to you a little bit, right?
Away from us,
And there's an opening, and the river widens out a bit. It's not coming towards you. It's going like ahead, but perpendicular, but sort of crossing your path up ahead in the river, right?
Okay.
And there's this wave, and then suddenly there's this giant brown furry back that comes up out of the water, and this enormous tail slaps the surface and puts this big wave of water up, splashing up. But it's the slap that is like almost like a whip cracking and is incredibly loud, and then it dives down and is gone, right?
Oh, wow.
For all of you, but this makes a particular impression on Jorvin, this is very clearly an incredibly large beaver. That's
Always a beaver.
Dire beaver!
it's probably the size, it's probably the size of at least a cow, a good sized cow or a bull, right? And you get excited for a moment and think about hunting it, but there's not really, it's gone.
I wanna
It's-
ride
it's-
it.
It's in the, it's
I want to watch
the
you
river,
ride
it's
it.
gone. So the third night, you're more on the edge of civilization here, although there are the occasional settlement, or you see the lights of maybe a shepherd out on the plains with tending his flock. Is there anything special you want to do with your watches, or your campsite?
Let's see. I'm gonna see how long Mold Earth.
Well, I figure since we're so far out, I won't make you put out my whole tent. I guess I'll slum it and sleep on the ground.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Is there a nice tree nearby?
Are you not our steward?
No, I'm her fairy.
Okay.
You can find a tree. It is a little bit off by itself, right? So it's not within like 100 yards of the bank of the river. So you would have to kind of trust that you tied up your boat, and if you wanted to, or you'd be off a ways from the rest of the camp if you decide to go over to the tree.
Okay, I'll just stay by the camp.
Okay.
You could.
If I'm up in the tree though, can I see the camp from there? My bird eyes.
Yeah, you can definitely see the camp. You might not be able to see over the bank of the river down to where the boat is.
Okay.
Okay, I want to do mold earth,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to basically create a moat around our camp, because I can do a 5 foot cube.
Okay.
Or I can do a 5 foot cube of earth, and then I can basically excavate it and move it somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
It says that the thing only lasts an hour, but I can't imagine the dirt would just move back, right? Like, it's saying, the other thing is shapes, colors, both to appear in the dirt and stone. I imagine those would go, or I can make difficult terrain. But if I'm literally excavating, and it's a cantrip, it's not going to just, after an hour, move back to where it was, right?
I mean, it might fill back in, right? I mean,
Okay, well, I'm going to do my
mold
best.
earth and move earth are sort of two different things, right? You can certainly use mold earth enough times to kind of like give yourself a little defensive, you know.
Then that's what I do. Everybody watch this. and I just I slam my hand onto the ground, and it's powerful, and like my tattoos around this arm kind of light up and swirl a little bit, and then as the earth kind of just falls away, a moat version around our camp, which our camp is probably like 30 foot square or something like that, bigger than that.
Okay.
Sure, something like that. And this moat is just created that way. And the moat's probably like 10 feet wide. 10, what is this? 3-4 feet wide. Yeah. It
Okay.
looks really cool. That way, if anyone tries to sneak up on us, well, they might fall, so.
They might fall.
All right. Very good.
Wait, are we near the ironwood?
You're a day away at this point.
A day away. When I do that, does anything happen to the earth?
Anything happen to it?
Like is there anything? Because I know it's a magical forest. Like, does anything like kind of surprise me about the earth?
Give me a perception check.
Yeah. Yes. A 2 plus 3 is 5. But I do have a reroll, and we may not be doing anything else. So a 3. Thank fucking Christ. Okay. One more. A 7 plus 3 is 10.
Argentum 42 also gave you one if you want to burn it on this, which
Yeah, I do.
I wouldn't recommend, but all right.
I do. Thank you, Argentum.
Okay.
Let's get a better perception roll. Yes, a 10 for 13.
13.
Nope. I
Wow,
don't see
we
anything.
really worked our way up the ladder there.
I got 2, 3, 7, and 10.
So the only thing that you notice is that as the water fills in, you know, like as the dirt moves away, right? You actually sort of hit the water table.
Oh, cool.
You know that. So it's not
You
just
want to
that.
go hit the water table?
It's not
Yeah.
it's not just that
I
water
start
flows in
splashing
from the
around.
river, but actually you start excavating and water wells
Oh,
up,
nice.
you know,
It's a
from
real
the bottom-
moat.
from the bottom of the channel that
So
you've
you're
created
saying
here.
I'm more awesome than I thought.
And what's odd about
I
it
think you think you're plenty awesome.
is that the water has almost like this like milky kind of translucent quality to it, right? It has this kind of white translucent sheen to it. And then once it fills up more, it becomes more clear, right? But it's almost as if there's something concentrated at the bottom of this trench that you dug that tints the whole thing with like a pearlescent kind of color.
Ooh, that's cool. I want to capture that.
Yeah, can I, like,
Look at this!
I'm trying to help as best I can. Yeah, could I, I'm gonna pop a few mushrooms. And, yeah, I'm gonna start seeing some magical colors right now.
Sure.
Does the water with detect magic have any, like, magical properties, or do I see anything kind of like within the vicinity?
It does radiate dim necromantic magic.
Oh, that's...
And I want you to give me a perception check.
Dang it. You're gonna die now.
I'm...
From
Inspiring.
doing mushrooms and looking at water?
You never know. Oh, pretty good.
18.
18. So what you see as this thing wells up is you see this long, gaunt, almost like stretched out of proportion. It looks like a skeletal hand kind of luminescently glowing in that trench of water, right? And then as the rest of the water rushes in to cover it over, it sort of like wriggles and withdraws back into the main body of the river and kind of dissipates.
You said it was like ethereal, translucent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
What's your reaction?
I'm like, damn, these are some good mushrooms.
Oh, what are they?
Guys, news, everybody, news.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Is my moat very
Rules,
awesome?
everyone.
First of all, I just want to say, out the bat, the moat is phenomenally dug. Okay, just all around high fives.
But mainly to me.
Mainly to you. Well, I have to give you several to eat. Just
What's a high five?
Oh, it's like this.
The angle.
I imagine it looked like this. Oh, it's like this.
Yes, exactly. That's why I have to do so many of them.
Yes, yes.
I will then I call everyone for a meeting, then spend the next 5 minutes just trying to explain to her what
What does it mean?
exactly what high fives are. And like what.
It's a congratulatory, celebratory ritual between people who want to say certain positive things to each other physically.
Celebratory.
But also besides that, the water.
Why don't you just bow?
Yes, you could.
It's a lot different.
You definitely still can
Bow
always
is
bow.
you
What
showing
if you-
respect to someone who's above you, whereas a high five is you acknowledging something, or it's a celebratory thing with someone along your same level.
Yeah. But honestly, if
And
you
it
do
feels-
bow, you should also then give them a high five.
It
I feel
feels
that's
right good.
Super appropriate.
After what?
No.
After you
no,
bow.
No.
So you bow and then you high five.
Never. If you feel like you should bow to someone, you should not high five that person as well.
Don't listen to the elf.
What should you do after you bow to him then?
Half elf.
Oh, whatever.
What do you do if you don't high five him afterwards?
If you would bow and then probably back away from the room and never expose your back to them.
Oh, okay.
That seems like a lot of rules. Anyway, I called the family meeting because the water that came
Not
into the
family.
trench. We're tribe, aren't we?
Yes, and clan.
And clad.
I would just kind of
Look, you came along with us. That's what you've agreed to.
We are an extension of the clan Beck Baba Becca.
Exactly. So anyway, back to the water with the skeleton hand in it. There was a skeleton hand in it. It was a ghostly skeleton hand. But
In
you saw
my
it.
moat?
In your moat.
Okay.
Well, it was there at first, and then I saw it, and it was like weird and had this bizarre kind of like purple, ethereal.
Is this before or after you began consuming mushrooms?
No, it was after I was consuming the
Okay,
mushrooms.
fair enough. Fair enough.
That's what the mushrooms helped me do.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Look, if you don't have to believe
don't
me.
like that
I'm
I
just
drink,
giving you
but-
some warnings.
I don't love that you've got these hallucinogens,
It's part of the nature magic that I use.
Oh, yeah.
but that also is true.
Yeah, but I thought we don't need these things. That it's
You
already...
don't, but you try to take his mushrooms away. I've tried so many times.
It's true. She'll take one bag away and I just have another bag.
He's like made of mushrooms.
Mushrooms don't go everywhere. Where do you keep getting them from?
Oh, I stocked up before I left.
Also, my hands are too big to get in his pockets to take them all out.
All right. So with this information, does this change anything you want to do about your watches or whatnot tonight?
I don't sleep much.
No, do you not?
We should definitely take turns with shifts. We got
So we should break
2,
it up
4,
in
6, 8.
yeah.
So-
Who do you?
I need 8.
Appreciate.
I need the 8 hours.
Oh, all 8? Not the 6 out of the 8?
Is there a 6 out of the 8?
Well, like we can do 2 hours of like
Excuse me.
watch or
Oh, I see, I
like
see.
general, just kind of.
I guess, but a long rest is
Non-straight.
8 hours, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have to sleep for 8 hours.
Yeah, just sleep for
Yeah.
6.
Well, no. If you want to regain stuff, you have to sleep 8. But
Oh, then I don't.
We
have
don't have
anything
to-
regain. Yeah, you're right.
Well, you would take a level of exhaustion if you don't.
oh yeah.
Right.
You have to sleep the entire 8 hours.
You don't have to sleep the entire 8 hours, but you can do like 6 hours of
You sleep
light
and then
sleep, and then 2 hours of light activity. that
Yeah, that's what
aren't-
I'm saying. So, like,
that's
it's
not, not
keeping
anything
watch at least
significant.
is
Sorting your things.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
if
fine.
your watch is interrupted, then it would start to bend into your
Yeah,
rest
yes,
time.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Certainly that won't happen.
So I'll take first watch.
You're on first. Who's on second?
I'll take second.
What's on third?
Third and fourth.
I can take third.
I'll take the last.
All right. So why don't you give me a perception check?
Don't mess this up.
Betty, why'd you jinx it?
One.
But I did make a moat. I made a moat.
Perception. Well, it's still a 6.
It's a 6, huh? Okay. All right.
That's a really high.
You are. I don't know. Are you up in your tree? Is that what you're doing, or are you over
Well,
at the camp?
If I could see the... I would like to be up in the tree, but I don't know if I want to be that far away, so I'll stay within the lines of the moat.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you're within the lines of the moat, and you hear...
Mo.
You
that what I
hear
hear?
kind of this, like... And you realize, at first you're like, what's happening? Then you realize it's the sound of waves slapping against something, right? Like soft waves slapping against something. And then you look out onto the river and you can see that coming around the bend is an empty boat.
Okay. But I don't... Okay. Does it look
And it
messed
sounds
up?
and it sounds like the sound that's coming is the sound of like of waves in the river slapping against the side of this empty
Okay.
boat. And it just seems to be adrift. It's not, if you've ever seen a boat adrift in a river, it is a very bizarre thing because it floats, with the bow forward but it just floats. And it's coming towards you.
Well, if I don't perceive a danger, I might just try and investigate it a little further before I wake people up.
All right. How are you going to go about doing that? The river here is probably 60 feet wide, and it's going to be out. So it's going to be out 30 or 40 feet away from you.
Well, maybe if I could just walk closer to the shoreline and just kind of like stand there until it floats closer to where we are.
Sure. All right. So give me another perception check, please.
Roll better, you dumb idiot. Here we
Roll
go.
better.
There's a 10 and a 6. So 10, that's going to be 15.
15. All right.
Perception, right?
Yeah, what you can tell is that at first you thought, well, maybe the moonlight is falling on this thing strangely, but you realize that it's dark and there's cloud cover out and the moon's not actually out. And instead what you realize there's something glowing in the bottom of the boat coming from inside of the boat.
What kind of boat is this? Would it just be like a regular kind of rowboat, or this would be like a boat that has like, an under cabin and then like the deck, or?
It's not quite that fancy. It's very similar to the longboat that you guys are using, right? It's
so
maybe
the
a
glow-
little bit fancier than that.
The glow I'm seeing is not looking down into the boat, like seeing the object. It's like I can see
On the deck.
level here and a glow emitting from.
Yeah, so you can see the outline of the boat, right? So you can see the bow coming out of the water and the stern coming out of the water, and then there's the sides and something inside the bottom of the boat. It looks like it's glowing up out. You can't tell over the edge what it is, but there's something inside the boat that's giving off this soft glow.
Okay. Do I have any feelings about it?
I don't know. Do you have feelings?
Do you?
It's extremely odd that an untended boat is floating down the river. It's doubly so that it has some sort of glowing
I do have proficiency
phenomenon in the bottom of it that you can't tell what it is. Like honestly, just a boat that would have glowing stuff in it is weird. That's a level of...
I do have proficiency in history. If this perhaps would be any like lore in the area that I might have researched before coming out here, or.
Well, at this point, the boat is probably going to like continue down the river past you unless you do something.
Okay.
So you can either continue to like watch it float on by, or you can take some sort of action.
Okay, I'll wake up everybody else by a gentle screech.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the matter?
Look at this glowing boat.
Oh my.
Oh, jeez.
Does Talfi recognize the boat? Oh, well, he wouldn't know what the boat looked like.
Talfi's not sure about this, but as you give this gentle screech, your chirps do carry across the water, and they bounce off the side of the boat, and you hear them echo back towards you, and everybody, begins to kind of stir and whatnot. But as they stir and rise up out of your sleeping bags and look over towards the boat, you can see kind of spectral, ghostly figures begin to rise up out of the boat.
Oh, the ghost on the river! Like Talfi said. Is Talfi awake? We should wake them up.
Yeah, Talfi's definitely awake.
Talfi, you were right. You called it. Oh, good job. Good
let's
job.
roll for initiative, please.
Oh, hell yes. Oh, not the worst.
Not the worst.
Not the worst.
17 for me.
14 for me.
16. I got a 19.
18.
Good job, everybody.
All right, let's go back to the top. So you're on 19, is that right?
18.
Strum is 19.
BT
19.
Dubs told Jessica that this person looked like her. She said, that actually does look like me. Same bitchy expression, too.
So Strum, you're on 19, yes?
Yes.
18 was whom?
Me.
I'm 17.
I'm 14.
Wow.
We're all better than the monsters.
That's true. Okay. Let me take a look here. 16. No, monsters go before low storm. All right.
Oh.
So
14. That's
They
so
got a 16.
good. That's so good.
so good. All right. So Strum, what would you like to do?
Good.
You
What is that
see
from?
these. You see these
The Team Duel Squad.
probably 5 foot tall figures rise up out of the boat. There are 5 of them, and they have almost like a jellyfish kind of quality to them, where you can see like the outline of their bodies, but their bodies are kind of like weirdly misshapen and distorted. And then there are like speckles of light inside of them that are like sparkling, right? Almost as if you took a jellyfish and you injected it full of like sparkling stars, and just then kind of crudely formed it into the outline of a humanoid-shaped figure.
Okay.
And they are at this point 40 feet away from you. What would you like to do?
Oh my god, I don't know. feel like we could just let them leave.
Are they coming toward us?
Well, he just said if I didn't act now, they were gonna float off. So we could just like let them float off.
Well, yeah, but that was before they
That was
realized
before
that we were
the
here.
figures in the boat roll.
It was
rose
gentle.
They heard it.
It was gentle.
We're in initiative, Havana.
I'm just saying. It makes no sense. It's a gentle caw. Caw!
Let's fight these mothers.
You want to do anything?
I want to kill something.
I just don't know what to do. Because I can't, it's probably off the shore. Like, I can't get on that boat. I don't have the ability to jump onto a boat.
Just fly over. Oh, right.
Wow, yikes.
Time out, everybody. We gotta time.
Well, you
Sensitivity training.
you also
Time's
have a
up.
boat, right?
Time's up, Alton.
You have a boat that's like on the shore right now. You have your own boat. If you guys wanted to launch
Get
that,
some sort of naval battle.
I'm just giving you options of things that you
Fire the
could do.
cannons on the boat.
I'll take a nap. This
You
is
could,
too much.
You could use some sort of ranged spell. You could ready an action for whatever trigger you wanted to set. You could come up with something off the beaten path and use your hero's favor.
What I kind of want to do is sink the boat, but I just don't know if that would even affect them. It might slow them down, but I don't really have a spell for that. I don't know. Can I pass my turn?
I mean, if you do, then you know the standard way that 5e works is you don't get your turn until you come back around to your initiative tick, right?
Yeah, I haven't played a caster in a long time. I don't know what the fuck to do with them.
Okay.
What is your cool thing that he gave you? Do that.
It could be anything.
No, the cool thing that he
Oh, yeah.
the thing he gave me is also a spell related thing, and so.
do that.
Well, I haven't readied any spells because I started my character sheet when we got here. So, is there any like exterior damage to the boat that I can see? Like, does it look like any boards are loose or on their way out, or?
It looks like it has suffered a little bit of damage. You know, I don't know what sort of spell or how you want to target this thing in order to sink
Well, I
it.
was thinking if I could use Mage Hand to just like put 10 pounds of lever pressure on a loose board or something, I could rip a hole in it.
I mean, generally, no. If you wanted to use your hero's favor to try and either sink it or steer it somehow using Mage Hand, that's certainly a possibility.
Steer it. It doesn't have a steering wheel though, does it?
What I'm saying is, like, you'd essentially sort of like overcharge the spell so that you'd maybe like use the Mage Hand to pull on the side of the gunnel and bring it either towards you or steer it away from you or whatever, you know. Normally 5 pounds of pressure from a Mage Hand is not going to steer a 20-foot long boat.
Yeah.
But because it is drifting free and you would using your hero's favor, make a roll and it's possible that it might work.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
And then I'll push it towards the other bank to try and...
Away from you.
Yeah.
Okay. So the bank is 60 feet away. You're trying to push it 20 feet over to the other way. All right. I will collect this and then roll 2d10 and add your proficiency bonus, please. Yes. So 4.
Right. 2, shit.
So that's 6.
7, 8.
Unfavorable.
8. Bad things happen. All right. So
I hate this game.
so you manifest your Mage Hand, right? And what happens is your Mage Hand reaches out for the side of the boat, and the creatures inside see this spectral hand appear on the edge of the gunnel of the boat, and they grab onto it and you can see the connection between you and your mage hand like light up with this fluorescent energy, and they use it like an anchor, and they begin pulling the boat towards you, and they move the boat 20 feet in your direction, so they're now 20 feet away.
Awesome.
What
do they look like? They're humanoid?
They look humanoid, yeah. So they look like I said, so they look like humans that are sort of like they've been covered in almost like jelly, right? Like a dripping, translucent syrup, right? And
Syrup.
it's luminescent. Their outlines are luminescent, so you can see their full body kind of like glows. But then the inside of them is translucent. You can see through them, and there's these occasional sparkles and flashes inside of them that just kind of pop off and swirl and things like that. It's almost like you're looking inside. Like I said, it looks like a jellyfish that's filled with little popping sparklers and stuff like that.
And they're on the ship, or they're coming towards us on the water? Or...
They're on the ship, yeah. So they're moving towards you.
But they were able
with the
to
ship.
use a magical hand as an actual rope.
Now,
That's
Don't rub it in.
crazy.
Don't rub it in.
Your hero's favor is not an action, doesn't count as an action of any kind, so you still get your turn if you want to take it.
Come on.
This is good.
Does using the mage hand with the hero's thing, does that count as using one of my spell slots?
No. No, that's a cantrip, right? Mage hand is a cantrip,
Mage hand,
so it doesn't matter. Yeah. And yeah.
Kill him.
I don't know how. How do Bard?
Oh,
What spells you got?
inspiration.
I make them tell the truth.
Give Alton inspiration.
Yeah, you can aid him in some way.
That is true. And inspiration.
Why Alton?
He's probably the best shot we have.
Do you have range
Yes,
weapons?
because
Wow,
swords.
you're really
But
cutting
I don't need
yourself.
it.
Well,
Don't you guys have
I'm a
ranged
caster.
spells?
Yeah, I've got a sick ass
You can give it to
spell that I can't wait to cast. Never casted this spell ever in my life, and I really want to do it.
Hey, the Thoglor is giving us a raid here.
Oh, thanks to Thoglor.
Thoglor.
Very
Awesome.
nice.
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition.
Oh,
When a star falls, the star has fallen, but we don't know what that means yet.
Oh, that's right. I didn't
Well,
ask
I'm more
Lady
inclined to give
Kellen about
The comment.
the comment.
Bardic Inspiration's a bonus action too, though.
Yeah.
So I'd still have to do something else.
You don't have to do anything.
This is out of control. I'm used to just stabbing something. I don't
You
like
can
this.
still stab something. You
Yeah, you can
shoot it.
aid.
I can't. They're too far away.
You're
No,
20
not-
feet away.
They move closer.
They move closer. You can shoot.
They're
the
20
shit
feet
out of
away
them.
from us with water in between.
Let me suggest this. You can ready an attack if anything gets within range.
But they're only 20 feet away, right?
Yeah, but if they close the distance, then she
Yeah,
can
if they
stab.
come up to her.
Oh, you want to
That's-
do
that's
melee.
what I was
Oh,
saying, ready an
whoopee.
attack.
That's smart.
All right. Well, then I'll use my bonus action to give one of you, since you have the range, Bardic Inspiration.
Mine isn't an attack spell.
Oh, okay.
You want?
I mean, you can use it for anything, though.
that's
Yeah,
true.
sure,
That's true.
I'll-
That's true.
Yeah.
Who's next in the lineup?
Alton is next.
Jarvan after that.
Okay, I'll give it to Jorvin.
Okay.
In case you just don't have the range.
All right.
So,
It's a
And
D6
then-
right now, right?
and then I'll ready a stabby if they get close
If
to me.
anything gets close enough.
Ready a
in stabbing
stabby.
range. Very good. Very good.
Awesome.
All right.
So
Then
stressful.
Alton, what would you like to do?
I was going to use this for a different thing, but I'm going to do it anyways the way I was going to do it because I think it'll be fun.
Alright.
Alton's going to run up to our boat, grab one of the oars, use it as a pole vault to get into the other boat.
Their boat.
It was going to be to do full movement, but he doesn't really need that now. So now it's going to be...
Well, so keep in mind that these any action that you take in hero's favor does not count.
I just was
towards any
saying
of your action or
because they
any
were
of your
40
movement.
feet away, so I was
Yeah.
going to use it to close the distance, but I don't really have to. So he's going to pole vault in and try and kick the one he lands in into the water or something
Okay.
like that.
All right. That
Don't
sounds
die.
interesting. So
Yeah.
2d10 and add your proficiency bonus.
So that's
9.
12. That's
12.
that's mixed results.
Mixed success, right? Okay. So you all see Alton like get up out of his sleeping bag,
He's
right?
adventure thirsty.
He's like fully dressed.
Yes.
And springs down the beach and with one deft swipe of his rapier, he cuts the anchor rope that's keeping the boat on your boat onto the shore, and he jumps in and it skims like across the water, almost as if like he's riding a skateboard across. Like he jumps in it and it moves across the water so deftly, but it slams into the side of their boat, and it sends you tumbling into their boat. And so the mixed result is, instead of like deftly like bowling somebody over as you leap from boat to boat, you mistime your jump, and the stern of your boat, bam, slams into the side of their boat, and it sends you forward, and you end up sprawling prone in the bottom of the boat as these creatures begin to loom over you.
Oh my gosh.
Now, you are prone,
Yeah.
but you still get your reaction.
Yeah, so I stand up with half my movement.
Okay.
And then I fucking stab somebody with my rapier. I'm gonna stab one of the first guys. That's
Natural one.
I got a reroll for that one.
Can you reroll a 1?
He's got a reroll. He can reroll anything.
Okay.
It's a 2.
Oh my god!
It was a 20 and then it just rolled back.
You really needed one of these.
So that's, let's see, that'll be 8.
I didn't know he was gonna be able to get over there.
That's a total of 8, but I'm going to use one of my superiority dice, precision attack. I can roll a superiority die and add it to the attack roll.
All right.
Good, thanks.
You better roll high.
Oh, you son of a...
Yes!
So that's a 16 total.
Yes.
And because I have the thing when I
So what do you do?
my special ability when I max out when I max out a superiority die, I get to roll again.
You have to do something in order to do that, though.
Oh, I have to say Rex.
Wait,
so-
Rex?
Yeah, so that's
Why?
18 total.
Why
18
Rex?
total. All right. So you see Alton, essentially kind of go tumbling head over tea kettle into this boat, and there's this moment where these spirits or creatures, whatever they are, begin to loom over him. And then suddenly you just hear Rex, and he leaps up and spears one of them straight in the chest.
And does it do anything?
And his rapier goes through it, and it begins to like warble and distort. So roll your damage, please.
Okay. Let's see. I think I add the result. Let me make sure. You can use this. Maybe that's. Oh no, I don't add it to the damage roll for this one. So that is a total of 14 damage.
All right. So here's the thing. Give me a charisma save, please.
Can do. Charisma save.
Oh shit.
We'll give you that guy.
Oh wow. All right.
That's going to be a 16.
All right. Where is this thing? That's what I'm looking for. That's insight.
I'd wreck them. Speaking of Rex.
Okay. All right. As you stab this thing, you feel like it looks. You see two weird sort of orbs light up inside of its head, where maybe its eyeballs would be, but they're not shaped like eyeballs. They're shaped like bundles of nerves.
God, Tom.
And you feel it sort of like reaching into your mind, but you manage to resist the
still up?
effect. It is still up. Yes.
Action surge.
Action surge.
Yeah, Alton. Yeah, man.
Its fucking head off. That's
15 is what you're looking for. So
that's
you
a
definitely
dirty
did it.
20.
All right. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Do your damage again, please.
That's gonna be 8 damage.
8. All right. So then you
Like off with set.
yeah, and its head kind of separates from its body, and there's a momentary kind of like gasp almost, it looks like, on its expression, but it makes no noise or anything like that. And as it opens its mouth, you can tell there's no like throat or canal that would connect to anything. It's just almost like a weird statue of a person or a sculpture of a person. But it suddenly like wavers and then explodes, and there's this spray of ectoplasm that covers you. I want you.
Well, that looks fun.
I want you to draw 4 slips of paper out of here.
4.
4.
Mm-hmm.
1,
There's a lot of stuff written on them.
2,
I bet you have fucking
3,
acid visions.
4.
All right. So these things rush into your brain as this thing dies. Next up is Jorvin. They're 20 feet away, although I would say if you can make a 5-foot leap onto the boat, you can actually use the boat that he skimmed across the water as like a bridge out to that 20 feet. Right?
Okay.
So really, how much movement do you have?
25.
It's gonna be a little. You're gonna have to make an athletics check to get into the boat and get close enough to stab somebody, unless you want to make a ranged attack.
Or do something really cool.
Yeah, my athletics isn't great. My acrobatics is.
I would allow an acrobatics check.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Well, my overconfidence definitely. It's awesome.
Cool.
With it. But I would actually like to. The boat is coming towards us, correct?
No, I
or
mean,
is it now like they pulled closer, but they didn't actually like?
They're sort of preoccupied with Alton at this point, so it looks like they were like pulling it close. So to be clear, you're standing on the shore. There's 5 feet of water between you and the surface area between you and where your boat starts, and then your boat is 20 some feet out to their boat.
But the boat now is moving though, right? Is it still moving? Like
they're drifting a little bit downstream, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Not dramatically at this point.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I will take the initiative and try and do the acrobatics check to get up onto the boat.
Okay. You're looking at a DC 12. It's not difficult.
Nice.
Yeah.
15.
Okay, so you're at the stern of it. You deftly vault into your boat and scuttle your way to the back, and you're at the stern of your boat, and you can make an attack against one of these creatures. There's 4 left.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna as I was running with like my gloves swinging around, I put both on.
Okay.
Like use that to kind of claw my way up onto the boat, and I'm gonna take 2 swipes.
Okay.
Imagine Alton, he does like this roll, like stab, and then as he just sees you, hurrah!
Yeah, I'm jumping over like legs like spread wide, like just to attack. Okay, so the first one, that's gonna I'll use a reroll on that one.
All right.
That will be a lot better. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
Oh yes, you're looking for a 15.
Okay, yeah, and I have plus. So the first attack is going to be a total of 8 slashing.
Okay.
And then the second attack is going to be a.
You hit.
Yeah, it's well over the.
You're
15.
looking for a 15.
Yeah, so the 15 hits, and that will be now a 9 damage to that one. So an 8 and a 9 to him, and that was those are my 2 claw attacks. My fighting ability or my fighting style allows me to add my bonus to each attack. So.
Okay.
Heck yes.
So 17 total?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. That one wavers but does not go down. Give me a charisma save, please.
Okay, and this time I will use the bardic inspiration for this one.
Nice.
Because my charisma save is a -1.
Smart.
Ooh.
Oh shit!
So that will be a total of 5 minus 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
4.
Oh no! Now what, Tom?
All right. Here's the thing. You lose one of your memories.
Oh, jeez.
Excuse me?
You lose the memory of the taste of something.
That's my favorite memory!
You tell me what that thing is that you can no longer remember what it tastes like.
My mom's my mom's like a wild blueberry pie.
Okay, well that's sad. That's
Yeah.
very sad. That memory is replaced by this. Pick one.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on.
All right. Very good. So that's your turn, right? That brings our monsters around. There's 4 left. The 2 of them are going
Die,
to
motherfuckers.
attack Alton and Jorvin. So let's see how that works. So,
Okay.
2 attacks against.
Okay.
Well, actually, it's gonna end up being 4 attacks, right? No. Oof, boy, that's not good.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm in there too.
All right.
I'm just on the shore like. Bless you.
So, each of you give me a charisma check.
All of us? Me too?
No, do these 2 guys.
Okay. Dang it!
So a 3 this time.
18.
All
I'm
right.
switching dice.
It was about time.
He got a.
I failed. Terribly.
Yeah. I
Or
got
miserably.
I got a 23 against you, and against you I got a 15.
I got 18.
Okay, so again, you feel like these things sort of like their weird eye orbs kind of pulse at you, and they reach out and try to draw a memory from you. You manage to resist the effect. You lose the memory of the feel of something.
There was something about the pride from or like feel. I mean like touch.
Yeah,
or
the
like,
touch, the actual
okay.
texture or tactile sensation.
Yeah, this time I'll go less nice. I'll do like what it feels like when like I get thistles like stuck, you know, like in
All right.
like in you know, like the way they like prick and feel on my skin. But,
All right.
you know.
I'm going to alter that slightly, where some of your most prized mushrooms were in like a thistle thicket.
Yeah.
And you always had to scrape yourself up in order to harvest these things, but it was so worth it because what came out of it was such a prize.
Yeah, perfect.
That's replaced with this memory.
Yeah, another frightening, terrible tale.
All right. You also both get attacked physically. So.
God.
All right. So. Armor class 18.
That'll hit.
Okay, so take 5 points of slashing damage
I'm gonna be a sullen old man by the
as it whips you with this like this sort of like globby pseudopod. It misses you with its second attack, but as it rakes it across, it's like sandpaper going across your
So
skin.
it had a second
Cat
attack that I
tongue?
missed
Yes.
with. All right, I'm going to riposte.
Listen to this guy.
Yeah.
He's gonna riposte.
Yes.
And I'm going to use my reaction to attack him back.
All right.
And that's not going to be enough.
Cool reaction.
I'm gonna reblog.
All right. You get attacked twice. Armor class 19
No, 16 is the number.
and armor class 16, so it hits you exactly. So
Okay.
you get whipped by the second one.
Oh, God.
Ooh, that's
You're gonna die.
16 points of damage.
It's okay. I'm a great fucking healer. I will not heal you this round.
That's it for the monsters. All 4 of them went.
Never
2
healed
of them used their weird mind memory powers on you, and 2 of them attacked you just straight up. That means it is now Lowstorm's turn.
Lowstorm takes her spear of juicy char.
Juicy shard.
Juicy char.
Juicy
And-
shard.
Juicy shard.
Juicy shards? Oh no.
Shard, like the
Juicy
goddess
shard.
of darkness, just juicy.
Juicy. Yes, exactly. Juicy char. Juicy char. And she stares at these spectral figures and her friends on the boat, and she goes, oh, oh, and and starts chanting. And as she chants, she grabs some earth and tosses it into the air. It centers around the moon, and the dust itself sort of seems to awaken something in the moon, but also focus it like a magnifying glass down onto these monsters in a 5-foot radius kind of circle. She casts Moonbeam. Her tattoos are going crazy, and
she's looking fierce.
She's looking fucking fierce. She's got the spear. It's more of a channeler than it actually is a spear this time. But as the moonbeam comes down, it burns these fuckers like you wouldn't even believe.
Okay,
So it's,
and you reveal that Alton's have been a doppelganger this whole time.
actually, yes. And if anybody's a goddamn shape changer, you need to tell me and roll some shit. I've got to make you roll some shit. If you're a doppelganger or a shapeshifter or anything like that. So actually, a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. So yeah, you have to let me know when they start their turn there. But will it be able to engulf 4 of them? It's a 5-foot radius.
It's a good question. No, you're only going to be able to get 2.
2?
Because of the way they're spaced out.
I'm sure that's true. Well, at the beginning of the first turn, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to let you. I'm gonna have to make you roll something.
Yeah,
okay.
You roll damage now.
Well, yeah. When a creature enters the space for the first time, this would be.
This would be the first time. Oh, great.
Or
Okay.
starts its turn.
Great. Then we're gonna do this. You need to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 13.
Okay.
Give it to me.
That one makes it.
No.
That one misses.
Okay. So great.
2d10.
Yes.
Wow, that's fun.
Mama! Yes! 20! Max fucking damage, okay? Dead. Gone.
All right. So, you end up getting you of course come to the defense of Jorvin, your trusted companion, right? And you center the moonbeam on these 2 creatures. Now, one of them has already been violently damaged by Jorvin.
Yeah,
right?
not him. Let's kill someone who's new. Come on, man.
You
20!
get-
Max 20 is so good!
Who says I'm not on your side?
Okay, tell me what happens.
So you get 2 creatures that are both attacking Jorvin. One of them has been damaged by Jorvin, and one of them is completely fresh.
Okay.
Right? The one that's been damaged makes his saving throw and takes half damage.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, 10 points of damage still kills him, right? The other one fails his saving throw,
I'm bad
takes
at this.
20 points of damage. He also dies. There's this enormous explosion of protoplasm as you absolutely annihilate these 2 weird, almost pseudo-spectral creatures.
Over the bow of the ship, you see a bloody thumbs up.
I need you to draw 3 of these.
Oh, me? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yes. As I'm assaulted by.
And I need you to draw 2.
Memories of.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I was out of range for that.
All right. So there's 2 left. And that brings us around to Strum Thrum. Unfortunately, no one got close enough for you to melee with, but it is now your turn again.
Great. I'm mailing myself. And there's just 1 left on the boat?
There's 2 left on the boat. They're both fighting Alton at this point. The boat is 25 feet away. You could probably attack one if you made an athletics or acrobatics check to leap over into your boat and scuttle
When
close the
these
distance.
when the bodies are exploding and the memories are coming, do they look like their shit's being fucked up?
Oh yeah. I mean, you see both of them kind of stand dazed and seemingly stunned by whatever's happening here, but not so much that they're completely lose the faculty of what's going on. It's more like a momentary kind of stutter.
Yeah. Okay.
I know, buddy. Lay down.
Are these creatures' intelligence over 4?
Probably.
Probably.
Murdered it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna cast Hideous Laughter
Ooh.
on whoever's got the most HP.
The one I haven't stabbed.
Well, neither of them
Oh,
have
yeah,
been
both of the
stabbed.
ones.
The two that are left, neither of them have been touched by anything.
Yeah.
The freshy boys.
They're freshy boys, so I'm gonna cast that
Chili
to
fresh
try
and
and
goes
knock them
pals.
prone, which is gonna be a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. What's the DC?
It would be 8, 9, 10, 11, 13.
Where are you getting that from?
It's 8 plus your spell modifier plus 2 plus
proficiency.
proficiency. So
Where do you get that number 8?
it's always 8.
That's the base.
Oh,
the base
okay.
number.
Oh my god, being a caster is hard.
So 13.
13. Would I write that
It
right
gets better.
here?
And welcome to the fold.
And is it one of them or both of them?
I think if I use it at level 2, it could be both of them.
You can't do
I can't do that. Then just one of them, please.
All right. 19.
Dang it!
Dang it.
Okay.
Well, I drowned myself in the river because I'm worthless.
Okay.
Yeah, is that a save or suck? Is that a, like...
I think
that. Yeah,
so.
that's one of those. Because that just knocks them. Basically, it's
It
a.
just knocks them prone. Either they
Yeah.
go prone or they don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Alton.
All right, I'm gonna stab Freshy B. No, I'm not.
Natural 1.
I'm still. I have so many memories
You're still soaking
that
in
aren't
these-
my memories.
I know. I'm just
I was so
swimming in
cool,
random...
and now I don't know what I am anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. No second attack. Is that
I'm going to
correct?
be a terrible...
Not till level 5.
Oh yeah, your action surge last time. Sorry, Jorvin.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to get in the boat in order to attack the two that are attacking him. So you have to use some movement to do that. That's not a big deal.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna, like... I'm gonna like,
Yeah.
drag my foot and
yours.
try and pick up some of my blood as I maneuver over. Okay, there we go.
Oh, I don't press +3.
And so they're all in the longboat now. They've all jumped down.
Well, no, you're all in their boat.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the other two are still on the main deck, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As the ship moves, does that mean that the moonbeam moves too?
No.
No.
Well,
No. I'm
Oh,
saying
yeah,
like,
good
well,
call.
the moonbeam stays where it is, right? And the ship is gonna.
Yeah, it would probably move on to them.
Well, yeah.
Well,
What
hard
I'm
to
saying
say.
is that is the moonbeam at the back of the ship or the front of the ship? Like, are we moving
you were at the
towards
front of the,
moonbeam?
you're moving towards the moonbeam.
Okay.
Yeah, as you drift.
Okay.
Because you were in the front of the ship and it hit, and as it drifts, it's going to come towards the back of the ship where he and they are.
So I'm going to line up a shot to try and line it up so that I can entrap one of them with ensnaring strike.
Okay.
In like the vicinity of the moonbeam, so they're like kind of like so that they'll be like maybe stuck there, or at least like the difficult terrain will allow them, to not go through.
Okay.
So I'm gonna fire my short bow at him first.
Not to be a jerk, but how are you going to do that with your claws?
Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, then I'll just go run up and attack him. I'll use
Okay.
the same attack.
All right.
Screw the moonbeam idea. So that will be a 17 to hit.
That hits.
And that will be a 10. 10 slashing on that one.
All right.
And then I'll attack with my second claw, and that will miss. That will be an 8 total.
Okay. Very good. So.
Oh, wait, was he damaged?
No.
None of them were damaged, right?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Your first attack damaged him for the first time.
Yes, but if I attack something that's already been damaged, I get to add a D8 to that.
It had not been already damaged. All right, monsters go. Let's see how this drifting of the boat works out on their turn. So it's going to catch one of them in the moonbeam. That's, you're not steering the boat or anything like that, but you are going to drift into it. So high, I will rule that it's the one who's been damaged, and low, it's the one who's fresh. Okay. That's high, so it's the one who's been damaged. Do you want to roll your damage? And I'll
Yes, I
roll a saving
do.
throw here, which is a DC, what do we say? 13?
Con.
Con save. He makes it.
Okay, so 7, so 4.
4 points of damage. All right, he's still
Radiant damage.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, BT dubs. Did I mention radiant.
Wow.
The beams of the moon.
The beams, it's ghostly goddamn flames. All
Oh
right.
my god, you're like a giant Sailor Scout.
All right.
I don't know
So
what that is.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm bad at this stuff.
It's not.
the one that's on you
I
is
feel
going to
good about
slash at you.
Raw magic.
She grew up without TV. She can't.
I believe. I'm guessing armor class 10 misses, so I'm going to use my reroll.
Okay, go for it.
How about armor class 16?
Oh, that meets.
Yes, it meets it. So that's 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And then the second attack, AC 20.
That's gonna hit.
And that is 4 points of damage.
Alright.
All right. And then the other one who's in the moonbeam suddenly begins to shriek, and it's two weird, like, nerve ball eye bulbs or whatever it is. They merge together, and then all of a sudden you see this slit of light as they open up, and there's this pulsing beam of sickly, like, the greenish light that
Oh my god, it's
springs
the
out
fractal.
at you.
It's the fractal from Annihilation.
Give me a DC 12 Constitution save, please.
Yes!
All right.
Yeah, my con save is pretty good
Hot,
too.
lit, hot,
Lit.
Okay.
Boom.
MLG.
lit.
For a minute, it feels like you can feel your flesh begin to kind of like rot away from you, like rot off of your face. But really, it just peels back a couple layers of dirt, and you're like, I'm fine. All right, that's the monsters. Low Storm, it's your turn.
Well, I'm gonna move that moonbeam because I can.
Yep.
Can I get both of them? Can I get two or just one?
You can get both of them. Yeah.
Sweet.
They're all pretty closely engaged here.
And the moonbeam refocuses like you're refocusing the magnifying glass. It kind of goes and there as the ghostly flames engulf two of them this time.
They both make their saving throws.
That's okay. Here comes the roll.
Let's see it.
Double zeros? No.
14. Pretty good.
All right.
7 damage
Okay.
to those
7
bastards.
points.
So the one who was already in the moonbeam, I guess you kind of like pulse laser the thing, and it explodes and dies. There's one left. Let's see here.
By the
So-
way, my range is still 120 feet, so they're not like too far away. Right?
no.
No, they're only like.
So you get one,
Okay.
and you get one.
I'm gonna be a new person by the end.
Can we say that like while I'm doing this, my moat water kind of elevates itself into like not like a high wall, but like a 3-foot wall and starts swirling around me, just like for fun flower text.
Yes,
flavor
for fun flower text. That's exactly what happens. Strum, it is your turn.
You're just Cora.
Yeah.
What would
That's
you like to
great.
do?
So there's one left.
Get him.
This feels so worthless. It's not funny, Tom. I don't like feeling this way.
You're sort of the support class, but that's okay.
I know, but I don't have
Barge,
a lot of
barge,
help.
barge,
I don't have a
barge,
lot of
barge, barge.
spells right now that can help
Yeah.
in this situation.
Do you have a ranged weapon?
You have a crossbow. I could just
Dang.
shoot
Ding
that.
dong.
Shoot some crossbows.
Seems so boring.
Some bolts.
Fine, I'll shoot a crossbow.
Blep, thanks for the raid.
Thanks for the raid,
Ooh,
Black.
more. Hello.
Okay.
I'm coughing up blood, but just shoot it with your crossbow, please.
And that's plus my dex.
Yes.
So that's going to be 21.
Oh yeah, you easily hit.
So 5 points of
5.
piercing
All right,
damage.
a solid, palpable hit.
Yes.
And then I'll just move. I'll move on to our boat,
Okay.
just so that if anyone gets down, I'm more ready to like do healing or move them or something.
Okay, sounds good. You can do that fairly easily. All right, Alton.
All right. I'm gonna try and shake off all of these memories that aren't my own and stab this guy in his goddamn weird jelly body. That's not gonna be enough at all, unless I want.
Oh.
Spend your last point.
No,
of...
I would have one more after this.
Uh-huh.
But I gotta do it.
Ooh, nice.
That'll do it. All right, so That's definitely gonna hit.
So you had a 7 plus whatever.
Yeah.
And now you got another 7. So
I did
it's
7.
14 plus whatever your
Yeah,
attack
plus
bonuses.
6.
Yeah. Oh, 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Very good.
So then.
So you went from a 13 to a 20.
So that's 9 damage.
9 damage.
Awesome.
It's a palpable hit, but it is
A
not,
palpable hit.
not enough to kill it.
It stabs, but Alton looks like he hits his mark, but he looks disappointed because it was a sloppy hit. It would not have gotten points.
Jorvin.
Okay. How many are left?
One left.
One left.
He's fighting it.
And
it's wounded.
It's wounded. Excellent. Well, then I will run in and I will try and claw at it.
You clamber over the deck of the boat.
First attack is going to be a 14.
That just misses.
And then this next attack, that's cocked. Same roll.
Same thing.
So yeah, that'll be a 17 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
And I get to use my hunter ability. Okay. So 15.
All right.
Slashing damage.
15. Oh, yeah. All right. So it, again, like just as you stab into it, there's this pulse, almost like it convulses around your badger claws, and then suddenly its structural integrity just can't hold anymore. You can feel it trying to drain the memories out of your mind, but you resist, and it suddenly explodes with the exertion.
I instead insert memories of me killing the badger into it.
All
A
right.
little late, I think.
If you want a memory, let me tell you about
It
this
will be the
badger.
last thing it sees in its mind's eye.
So,
Another one?
why don't you draw one?
Oh.
And you can draw one. Bless you.
Thank you.
You draw one.
Might as well keep adding to
You
it.
draw one. Then everybody roll a d20, please.
Oh shit, a dick.
I'm gonna use inspiration or this.
Okay.
Oh my god, natty 1. I am the worst!
What are we adding to
Dang.
it? Nothing?
Nothing.
Yeah, 20.
8.
All right. So whoever rolled lowest, the 2 people who rolled lowest, draw another one. You get another one.
Oh.
Oh, boo, I don't get more.
And
You have like
You
20!
get the last one, right?
I got an 8.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6.
All right.
7, Lord.
And you look around this craft and realize that this was the ferry boat that that was coming from the Tower of the Heavens. There was some sort of struggle in here. There are the bodies of 4 dead monks laying in the boat. You see that there's, after some searching, you find that one of them has a large book that looks like a bestiary in it. And their bodies are completely desiccated, as if all of the
Oh my God, you're a mess.
water vapor has been like just sucked out of them rapidly. Like
So
it's
these
almost
were corpses at the bottom, not the things we just dealt with.
correct. It looks like these things like must
4
have, like-
monks?
yeah. Yeah.
I pick up the book and I put it in.
What were they?
Whoa.
Very good.
Yeah,
So
you don't want the druid to have it, or the ranger?
No, I want it.
yeah, so they're wearing white robes. They have rope belts.
I'm a druid.
You know, there
I
are
feel compelled.
some water skins and parcels of dried provisions that are in the boat. But yeah, you find an illustrated bestiary that has a number of different monsters in it
I got a lot of-
and pictures.
I got a lot of memories floating around in my head, and I need this beastery.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I don't know why, but I need it.
So we won. What were they?
What do you mean? What were they?
What kind of monsters were they?
I don't know. Those pretty weird monsters, right?
Yeah.
Membrane, skeletons, jelly people.
Jelly people.
Skeletons, jellytons.
right.
Gelatins!
So you find yourselves, you know, the night before it, you're roughly a day away from the entrance to the Ironwood. You find your minds swimming with new perceptions, new memories, and new sensations.
And the love of my new spell, Moonbeam.
And also love and no small amount of respect for Jorvin's vicious badger attacks.
Yes.
Hey,
that's also
I was
true.
there too.
You all, everyone contributed except Talfi.
My
My fairy is awesome. My little fairy, he's awesome.
I'm vicious. I'm vicious.
So,
Anybody hurting?
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
definitely down by half.
Oh, I'll
Yeah.
heal. I'll heal.
You are too. Yeah, I
I'm
could
pretty-
heal you guys. I could heal somebody.
Well, we're gonna probably. We still need to take a long.
you're
rest
probably going to
after
finish
this,
your
so-
rest, right?
Yeah.
It's the
Oh, I see
the
what
middle
you're
of the
saying.
night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what you
Fuck
do
you guys.
with what you do with these memories? What happens when you enter the Ironwood Forest? All remains to be seen. We will find out next time on the Ironkeep Chronicles.
Excellent.
Thank you so much to everyone who stopped in to enjoy the stream.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank
thank
you
you
so
so
much.
Who subbed up. Big special thanks to everyone who donated tonight to unlock our moment of hero's favor, to unlock some of the other things.
Was I the only one
The
that
audience
used it?
with
No, I didn't
Lady,
use mine.
Lady Kellen definitely was much more a more clarifying experience than had otherwise been happening, which is all great. So we really appreciate your donations. It allows us to keep the lights on and to keep bringing you quality entertainment, like I hope you enjoyed this fine evening.
I enjoyed it.
Let's give a little love to Mr. Kyle Caps.
Cough claps.
Do you have anything you want to
Kyle
promo?
Claps.
Anything you want to share? Anything?
I'll continue to be posting art for the show. My Twitter is at KJC Illustration. I hope to get some stuff colored and some other things there. Other than that,
you saw the preview down here.
yeah,
Awesome
yeah. I
stuff
have
in
I have
store.
a black and white right now of the group. As I kind of been working out the designs, I kind of like where everything is right now in the way of like the all the characters, you know. Now it's just kind of getting final line and color on everything, but it's I'm having a lot of fun.
Yes.
I
It looks
hope you're
great.
liking it.
It really
It
looks
does
great.
look great. It's very cool.
Amy Vorpal!
Thank you. I'm at Vorpal Sword on all the things, and yeah, you can catch me this week. I'll be doing Nerdist News and Nerdist News Talks Back over on Nerdist at 1 p.m. Pacific. And then also the Nerdist News will be on the YouTube. But other than that, please check out my podcast I do with my 3 sisters, one of whom is a twin. It's called Twin Sister, and it is on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Awesome. Havana Mahoney.
Hey guys. You can follow me over on Twitch. I'm live over there 6 days a week.
Dang.
Most weeks. And that's just Vanna, Vana, over on Twitch. And you can follow me over on Twitter, which is Havanarama, HAVANARAMA. I don't know if I'll be at E3 tomorrow. If you're around, say hi. I'll be streaming from E3 tomorrow too, so tune in at 2:30 p.m. PST to see a live stream from there. That's all I got.
Let's hear
Oh,
for-
wait, ALZ.
ALZ Marathon. That's
Yeah.
right. Coming up.
Yes.
Starts Friday
Yes.
night. Starts Friday night.
Amy and I are in the Saturday morning game, so
5
it's
a.m.
5 a.m.
Pacific.
horror game. So tune in for that. It's for a
And-
great cause.
Yeah,
If we have to be awake, you do too.
you just have to.
Or if you live on the East Coast, you're living life and loving it. It's only 8 a.m. You can have some breakfast horror role playing.
Only 8 a.m.
I'm definitely always up at 8 a.m.
I'm usually up
Saturday.
at 5:30
Yeah.
every morning.
I'm definitely not waking up between noon and 4 p.m. on any given day. That's ridiculous. Eric Reichert, everybody!
Yay!
You can always follow me on social media at Mostly Shit, and you can follow me on my Twitch channel at Mostly Eric, if you ever want to.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
He does a great
If
job of
you want
sinking
to.
pirate ships.
While he's on them.
Big round of applause for Mr. Dom Zook, who is the man behind the cameras and the keyboards,
Well,
keeping the show running and keeping everything a steady sail ahead. Yes, as mentioned, so our schedule for the rest of the week, tomorrow at 3 p.m. we will do a replay of this show. So thanks for joining us, everybody, at whatever time it is tomorrow, 6:30 tomorrow. And then the rest of the night you are off on your own recognizance to enjoy whatever indulgences you may find yourself a party to. Friday night at 8 o'clock begins our ALZ Marathon. So every year we do a fundraiser marathon stream raising money for The Longest Day, which is the Alzheimer's Association's annual charity drive event. It is a huge marathon that is near and dear to many of our hearts. There's I don't know if you necessarily have somebody in your life or in your family who's been affected by this terrible disease. I guarantee you have benefited from the performance of somebody like Gene Wilder, who died of that horrible affliction. So if it's something that means something to you, please, by all means, join us. It definitely means something to us. It starts Friday night at 8, and you can see in the chat, you can see the full schedule of all of the various events. We have prizes from Evil Hat. We have a variety. We're giving away this Deadlands Pinnacle special edition that's stuffed full of goodies. So there's a lot of exciting stuff going on. Whether you tune in, just make a donation, you get all that information in the chat. I'm sure right now Mr. Zook is on top of all of that, but that's our big event. I unfortunately double booked myself, so I will not be participating personally. I will just be contributing monetarily. I encourage you to do the same. It's a great cause that means a lot to all of us.
I want to shout out both Greg Cummings and Tony DeMarco at DeMarco Draws. Have drawn fan art for the show already.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
On Twitter, which is amazing.
I've literally never had anyone draw fan art of any of my characters before.
And Greg Cummings, I said at DeMarco Draw, so Greg Cummings is at Nightsteed as a K-N-I.
Yeah,
what the hell? Yeah. Oh my god.
That's awesome.
And DeMarco said his was definitely inspired by Kyle's rendition too. It's really cool. It's
awesome.
really cool.
He's got the belt buckles and the A and the whole thing. If
you want to keep sharing the fun and sharing the passion, we do have a Discord channel. You can join us there. I also do a GM prep and chat back show Tuesdays at 2 o'clock. So you can catch me next week at 2 on Disorganized Play. We'll talk about what's coming up for Session 2, Episode 3 of When a Star Falls and where we're going to go from here. So until next time, let's dungeon!